Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you listen to this. This is MovieJunkie ForLife alongside my critic and partner in crime, Ricardo Medina.
Hello. What's up? People, they talk about the cartoon now. Remember the cartoon 10 years ago?
Yeah, remember that?
Bad,
TV6 used to show it.
yeah, it was real
Saturday
bad,
mornings, and then it had Just Leave Unlimited. Yeah, I sell myself out.
He was writing for it, and like, it was kind of amazing though.
Yeah, I kind of sell myself out there.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to this very, very special episode of BS Beats Bailey. This is Ricardo Medina alongside Auntie Bailey.
Yes.
And vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
We have three very special guests today with
Yes,
us.
we do.
We have, firstly, I would like to introduce, for the first time,
Yes.
on BS Beats Bailey,
From Trini Point of View,
the man himself.
the quickest man in the game, the Quicksilver in this whole film reviewing
Yeah.
stuff in Trinidad and Tobago,
Top
of
man,
course.
top editor.
Yeah, of course, we're talking about Thimothy
Sharp.
Ali.
Yes.
Hey guys,
Welcome.
what's going on?
Yeah.
Right, so it's nice to be here, finally.
Mm-hmm.
And nice to meet everybody, Matthew, Wayne. Wayne, a lot taller than I expected. And it's nice to be here to talk about Justice League and basically 2017
Yes.
rundown.
Right. Secondly, we will have to introduce Lady of the Dance herself.
Hello.
Yes, this nerd, boss geek, dropping, draft, educated me all the time,
taking it all
corrected
as
me all the time.
compliments.
Miss Sommerleigh Pollonais.
Hi guys,
Welcome,
it's nice
welcome.
to be back.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Of
then-
Movie Junkies for Life, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then,
And finally,
last but definitely not least, one of the sharpest, funniest dudes I like encountering and talking mess with. My boy
Dude
Wayne.
Sketchmaker.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me again,
Yes.
guys.
Welcome, very,
It's
very
about
welcome.
damn time.
Yeah, and we will be talking about covering the complete black hole that is the DCEU, but generally comic book films in general.
Yes.
And we'll be covering all the comic book movies for the year,
Mhm.
and count them six, we'll be doing.
Well, technically 7. We had a
Right.
kind of count Lego Batman movie, even though technically it's not, but
yeah,
you know.
we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this year was a very, very fascinating year when it comes to the film industry, how comic books influence it, and it reaching a kind of breaking point in a sense, somewhat. But we'll talk about that. We'll be covering roughly, as I say, 6 movies or 7 movies.
Yeah. Well, in this case, with what I want to do basically is like we've seen all 6 movies.
Yeah.
So we're gonna count down our basically from least favorite to top favorite.
Yeah.
Superhero movies that we saw this year.
Right. And what I want to address to, and I kind of talked about this in some of the last episodes of with Bears Beats Bailey, again, a little more, for lack of a better term, smarter. Not the DC, but Marvel.
Right.
And I'm going to talk about where going in terms of the material. We're going to talk about a lot of that.
Okay.
And all of us will opine on these movies and their quality. And where we might want to talk about 2018 in terms of where comic book movies going. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
find out. So, this year had 6 movies. 7 if you count Lego Batman.
Yeah.
And it started strong. It kind of fluctuated, but it was some interesting stuff. And it started with what?
Alright, so let's just get the pseudo superhero movie out of the way, which happens to be the first, well, technically the first superhero film that we got for 2017, the Lego Batman movie.
Right. But this, so Wayne was just pointing out, this came out when exactly?
This came out in February, actually.
In Trinidad.
Yes, yeah.
That's right. So we saw it in 2017, but I think
It came out in
it's
2016.
technically
Yeah, I think it came out
2016.
like about a week after it came out from the States.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's still 2017.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Um,
I thought it was 2016 and we
Oh,
get-
no,
we get
no.
late.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And you know the funny thing about that, there's still the Lego Ninjago movie that like it just came and went for me.
Which I didn't see. Yeah.
I
didn't
did
take the
see
time to
it.
see.
I
How
did
was
see it.
that?
I think maybe if you're a fan of Ninjago, then you would probably get into
Right.
it. For me, it was
Right.
just a Lego movie,
Right.
and it didn't really. It did nothing for me. As I said, it came and it went, you know. And I think the appeal would be for fans of that series only. It
Right.
really didn't
Right.
have anything to bring new to the table.
Right.
Okay.
I remember with respect to Lego Batman, I remember not enjoying it all that much. Only because the joke was already told with
Return of the
Return
Cape
of the Cape
Crusaders, which you
and
love
it's
that.
the same joke, which is, well, Batman could do everything by himself. that bullshit.
Right.
And Lego Batman is still hilarious. It's still really well done, very funny. But because the joke was told and I already got it with Cape Crusaders, I didn't enjoy it as much. But it's still solid.
Right.
Still really good. Really funny. They did all the jokes. They covered it. As I say, if you're gonna have a Joker standalone movie, it needs to be a Lego Joker movie. Sorry.
Yeah.
I
Forget
can support that.
Forget the other idiots who messing up that Suicide Squad Joker. Florida Joker don't work. Sorry.
Florida
Florida
Joker.
Joker.
And to me, that Batman movie did such a good job with the material. It really understood how to subvert that material. Those guys, look, I think it's the Robot Chicken people, right? If I remember correctly.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's those writers. Is that material, how to subvert, make it work, make it funny, make it for kids, and have it be generally innocent and good.
Yeah.
And still work for older fans as well.
Right.
Who will
Yeah,
get
exactly.
all the little
Especially with the
insults and
Rogues
stuff.
Gallery.
No, yeah, it had a
Of
ton of
villains
great
and
deep
people.
cuts in it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, that was from 66 and this was from
Yes,
so and so. And I was
yeah.
like, alright, great. I had a ton of fun with it for the most part. The thunder was stolen a little bit, but I remember still liking it a lot.
Alright, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was just like a laugh a minute,
Yeah.
which it was. But I felt like somewhere in the third act, the story just started to get a little rocky. It's just like, alright, how are we gonna end this? How are we gonna maintain that kind of pace? Like it was just going incredibly funny, and then somewhere near the end when they have to resolve something, it's like, alright, it's a little off the grid literally, but then it kind of came back and just ended. So I had fun with it. Timothy, what do you think about the show?
Well, this is one of the shows that I went to. And it fell flat. I have to say that.
Oh, really?
Really?
I
Okay.
didn't enjoy it. I think I went it having a bad day. You know when you have a
Oh.
bad day and
Right,
when
right.
you go into the cinema,
Yeah.
and it's just like nothing worked on that day.
So
I
wait,
just left.
so did Will Arnett's Batman annoy you more than anything else?
I don't think it annoyed me. I just think I zoned out of it.
Right.
Oh.
And then I tried again with the Lego Ninjago, and it just wasn't for me.
Right,
Like,
okay,
it fell flat again.
Because
Do you think you should like see it again? Maybe give it another view, and because I know what you mean
Yeah.
when you see a movie and
Yeah.
you're not in a mind frame
Yeah.
to see it, and you're just like, oh, this
Yeah.
was, and then you go back again and you're like, you know what, this is pretty good.
Yeah,
Right.
because I have it on my playlist to watch, but it's just, but from that bad experience where
Right.
you just don't have the time to say, well, let me invest another 2 hours into this.
Right.
Right.
They just kind of
because Will Arnett as Batman was the big standout from the Lego movie.
Yes.
They
Right.
did. I mean,
Yeah.
they did that joke where Dark Parents they made the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, this is such a like blatant disregard of how Batman, like all these hard dark Batman
Yeah.
fans, are like, wow, like a total F you to most of these people.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was like, all right, they had to make a whole movie off of this, and that's what they did.
Right.
And I was happy, and I was like, all right, well, they did it, and it's great. And they really subverted the whole, for lack of a better term, toxic culture of Batman.
Yeah.
Is this toxic?
Batman must be dark and
Right,
brooding.
it's this borderline.
Nolan-ish.
I don't want to try to get too political, but it's this kind of borderline Ayn Rand, do things by myself rubbish, and they totally subverted that and messed it up. And that's why that movie worked for the most part. But because Cape Crusader did it better, and they did it in a more clever way, I thought, frankly. I didn't like it as much as I should have. I thought I would have. But if that was alone, if I saw that without Cape Crusader, I would have like absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yes, like somebody like finally sticking it to these people now.
Right.
Wait.
Another way I think before we get to Wayne.
Yeah.
Yes, it was hilarious, but I felt that oftentimes it was just like a joke per second. It's like you just needed some time to just relax and get into the story. It was just a joke, just one after the other.
You need a couple of minutes of breathing between.
Yeah, especially in that first act, it was just ridiculous. So, but Wayne, your thoughts?
For me, Lego Batman was just kind of there because I feel like it was one of those situations where they take a character that did really well in one movie and then just stretch it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't even see it in cinema.
Oh, really?
I managed to get a copy.
Right.
And I watched it at home, which is why I thought it was a 2016 movie because I was like, where I get this clean copy from? So really, in the year, but
Right.
yeah, it just kind of came and went for me.
Okay.
I
Okay.
enjoyed it at the time, but I never really went back to reflect on it and be like, this is
Gotcha.
why I like it. Well, in the moment, I laughed, I had fun, I found it was smart, I love what they do with Batman, Joker, I love what they do with bringing in all the extra villains, that kind of stuff,
Right.
but it didn't really hit anywhere for me.
Okay.
It was smart,
Okay.
well written and
Yeah.
everything, but
Right.
to say I'll keep going back to it.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Some of your thoughts?
Well, basically, you're saying along the lines of what you said with the third act. I did feel like that struggled, and it's almost like they were trying to figure out how the hell are we gonna end this? What tone are we gonna end this on? And because it's a Lego movie, you know, it has to be cooperation because it's for kids.
Yeah.
So that's what they were going for.
Right.
I enjoyed all the little in-jokes. I really enjoyed the energy the movie started with. I don't think it will live up with time, like the bar that Lego movie set. I don't think it would keep that level over time. But Will Arnett as Batman for me was just
Yeah, it was just spot on.
It was spot on, and I love the Joker Batman dynamic. I
Right,
really
right.
loved it. It reminded me of the animated series, and I think that's why I adored it so much.
Right.
So that's
Right.
what worked for me.
Finally, what I would say about the Lego Batman movie, that one shot that will live on with me is just that teardrop from Joker's eyes. So it's like that's timeless for me. I'll never forget that. All right, so moving forward, in March the 3rd in the States, we actually got it about a week later, I think it was.
Yeah.
We got Logan, boy.
Yeah.
Game changer, calling it
Yeah.
right now. This was the one that people were very excited about.
Right.
And we saw it. And in my case, I was blown away by it.
Right.
It did what I would say superhero movies were afraid to do. And this is not the balls to do.
Yeah.
Center on one character and just make this thing a full tragedy and just not be afraid to take that character who's a beloved character from ever since the X-Men franchise started in 2000 and just straight up kill him. But not in a gratuitous or just like, well, we just done with this character, we done. Kill him off the end. Really build on this pretty much a legacy of this character. So when he dies, it really feels much more tragic. But you know, there's a slight little glimpse of hope at the end, even though it's kind of like not present throughout the entirety of this movie, in my opinion. But
Right.
I honestly love this film. I've seen it quite a few times. Actually own it on Blu-ray. Saw the Logan Noir version of it.
Right,
It actually does work. Hugh Jackman, to me, just gives the best performance of Logan ever. I forgot the girl who plays Extra.
Daphne Keane.
Yeah, Daphne Keane. Yes, how can I forget? She steals it. Best performance I've seen from a child actor all year.
Right.
The villains have grown on me. Like the first time I saw it, I didn't really buy into the villains, but as I saw it more, they really grew on me.
Right.
And of course, by who could forget Patrick Stewart?
Yeah.
You know, as Professor X, and just the way what it did with him, though. That's that one scene where he dies. Still gets to me, though.
Right.
Still hits my heart. So yeah,
So what
hands
would
on
you
one of my
say-
favorite movies of the year.
Where
That's
would
all
you
I'll
rank
say.
it? If we're ranking the 6, as we say.
Oh,
six,
okay. Well,
where
we
would
can
you
say that
rank
one
it?
time.
Yeah.
This is number 1.
It's your
Best
number
superhero
I
movie of the
I
year,
think all of us will agree
hands
with that.
down.
Yeah.
It's not my number 1, but okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this for me totally worked. I mean, almost everything about it worked. It had such fantastic world building, and here's what they did. They did a nice little trick, clever little trick. They had a little scene where Logan is like, those comic books.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So here's what they did. So anybody who wants to like make a continuity out of it, if they want, they could do that. If they don't want to and treat it as its own thing and treat the previous films, which are, let's admit it, quite inconsistent in their own way.
Yeah.
If you want to treat it as it's fiction, quote unquote, for this world, that's it. Love it.
Right.
Totally love that kind of world building stuff.
One thing though, just to stop you for a bit, they do hint at Ellis Island from the
Yeah.
first movie. That's
yeah.
that's all they do really.
But that's the whole point. The
Yeah.
whole point is that Ellis Island is a real thing. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's fiction.
Yeah.
That is the whole point.
Right.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
it's
not
pure
no
fiction.
context behind
New York is real.
Yeah.
Right? New York with Spider-Man is not real. You know, that's the
Yeah,
idea.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
what they did with that. That was so clever and well done.
Yeah.
Simple. Really simple solution to a difficult problem. Okay, you know, you'll have idiots on the internet. Well, how come? And well, how this? And
Yeah,
why?
and then
Blah, blah,
Wolverine
blah.
did this in Days
Right.
of Future
Nonsense.
Past, so
Yeah.
what future
Right.
is this?
Easy,
I don't know.
easy dodge. It works. And then the film itself, jeez, boy, this was a gut punch for me. It totally worked.
And it was
No,
bleak as
I
hell.
was waiting, and listen, for the longest goddamn time, I just waited to see Wolverine actually have some goddamn blood in a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, and I was like,
Smart.
Thank you,
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
finally, yeah. And I was like, all right, they make a fine Wolverine. They tell a great story. They tell a good story in terms of time passing, generation giving up the past for the future, saving, sacrificing itself for the future. All the teams were powerful. It just worked. Like for this movie, just work. I sat down in the theater, like, well, all right,
Yeah.
we have this now. I'm glad. It's not the apex of comic book filmmaking, in my opinion. I still consider Nolan's the second Dark Knight film.
Dark Knight, of
Yeah.
course.
For me, as the top of that mountain.
Just
For me,
forget that Dark Knight is a comic book.
But
you know, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, it still fall into comic book trappings. And actually, it's only the only one reason for that is because of the ending. The kids was a little swing on the script a little bit, and that is hilarious part with this black kid running.
Yeah.
Fat black kid
Yeah,
running.
yeah.
That's hilarious to me. That would. I really like this movie. Again, this does rank pound for pound number one out to the
6 movies.
Yeah.
6 for the year. Yeah. It just was. It's so well done. It balances the tone, and I just really like this film. This movie just worked for me.
Oh yes, and that final shot though.
Yeah, brutal.
That final shot.
That shot is like
Yo.
will work. Yeah.
Yo.
You come good. Tim, Sommerleigh.
Well, as Wayne was saying,
Yeah.
when me Logan, it transcended comic book movies, just like how we look at Dark Knight. And you know, you forget that Dark Knight is a comic book movie. Logan did that for me.
Right.
So when I look back at it now, it's like, I don't need to think of it in the comic genre,
Right.
because it's just a good movie overall. And I see it that way. And after all these years of seeing Logan, a part of me wanted him to die, but a part of me wanted the movie to be 4 hours long.
Right.
Because I wanted that movie to go that much, because I had so much fun with Patrick Stewart especially.
Yeah.
Right.
And as we were saying, you actually felt it emotionally when he was on screen, and you could tell that him going crazy.
Right.
It was like hard to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Because
Yeah.
growing up with him as an actor in Star Trek,
Yeah.
he's like
Patrick
one
Stewart,
of the beloved
Space
actors
Dad.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, it was that hard to actually give up on Logan.
Right.
And just recently to 11 from Stranger Things,
Right,
I saw
right.
that she was supposed to actually be the young...
X-23? Really?
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
Bobby
Yeah.
Brown?
She
Yeah.
screen test for.
That could
Really?
work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little something there, man.
Yeah, so I was in love with Daphne Keane as a character.
Right.
But then when I heard about this, I was like, and then when I heard about this, it was like, I'm not too sure if she was perfect for it, because
Right.
I could have seen from Stranger Things doing something
Right.
different.
Okay.
But Logan is definitely my number one as a movie
Right.
and as a comic genre movie.
Right. Nice one.
Summer, your thoughts?
Well, I am not arguing anything y'all are saying. I just know what my number one is.
Right.
But for me, it's my number 3.
Okay.
It's
Wow.
a fantastic film. It does everything y'all says it does. I had an issue with the X-24 aspect of it.
Oh,
Stuff
yeah.
that really worked for me was the whole aging process, so to speak. You know,
Right.
here you have Logan, who is now older. You have his claws not popping the way they
Right.
used to,
Yeah.
and what that represents.
Yeah.
And then you have the dementia, and that is like a terrifying thing to watch your parents degrade like that. And
Yeah.
that's the dynamic they had there, because they had this whole family dynamic between the 3 of them.
Yeah.
You know, and I look forward to see what they do with X-23. 'Cause I love that character
Right.
in the comics as well. But it just, that aspect of it, the X-24, I was hoping to see Sabretooth. I was
Right,
hoping
yeah.
that they would have fit him in that role. When that happened, that scene happened, it pulled me out a bit from what they had built currently. The
Right.
entire thing, as you'll say, it's very grounded until you reach that point, and it's like,
Okay.
what is this,
Yeah.
a clone? What is going on?
Right. Okay.
You know?
All right. Okay.
But
Yeah. No. I know a few
even-
people who made the argument for Sabretooth instead of
But
X-24.
they had plans to include him, but not even their plans didn't include him in that
Yeah.
capacity.
Right.
I
They was
just
just
felt-
they was just gonna have them like meet in a bar or something,
Right.
and like
And
acknowledge.
still that wouldn't, because
Yeah.
they have such history together. It would have been, and I wouldn't have even mind if they brought back Liev Schreiber,
Right.
sorry,
Yeah.
because they have so much history. It would have been nice, considering this is the conclusion of Logan,
To tie it all
to
up.
tie it all
Yeah.
up and
Yeah.
just give us that. But yeah, I agree. It's a fantastic film, and it does. Winter Soldier is still my, as you say, subverts the
Ever.
genre.
Yeah.
It's still
Yeah,
my
love that movie too.
epic film for me. But Logan is amazing. It is.
Yeah. I'll just say this though before we get to Wayne. Hate or love X-24, but he did bring out probably 2 of the most shocking deaths I've ever seen in a
Yes.
superhero
Right.
movie ever. By
Right.
No, but you're right. As they say, you know, a lot of people argued for Sabretooth, and I thought that a lot of that would have worked, because even though the quote-unquote craptastic Wolverine origins,
Yeah.
that's by far the best part of that.
Yes.
Like their chemistry,
dynamic.
and that
Yeah.
whole opening sequence.
Yeah.
Oh,
with
yeah.
war
Of course,
and-
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, love that
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Right.
Tricky
And-
into thinking the movie without.
you know, right.
exactly.
But the whole young X-24 stuff totally worked, because you get the sense of, alright, this is the this is what people think Wolverine is.
Yeah,
And they get right,
Yeah.
thematically a lot of that would. So I didn't have but yeah, I totally understand where Sommerleigh coming from with that.
Alright, Wayne, your thoughts?
Well, Logan is just a fantastic movie. It just blew me away when I saw it because I didn't go in expecting what I got.
Mm-hmm.
I love they made some real bold decisions with this movie. They had some balls.
Yeah, that's
when
it. They
decided
had
to
balls
do
with
this movie,
this.
they had balls to.
Another little small thing I liked is again good world building. So I mentioned the comic book stuff, but they had like little stuff like again I kind of bring it in politics unfortunately, but again you get the feel like, well, what if Donald Trump is president for the odd 30 years? That's the implication, and they get into some like really dark territory, like little stuff like robots taking over jobs, and there's this slow economic degradation of America. That was like, wow, they're going here with this. All right.
The overt stuff was the subtle things.
Yeah.
And the balls they had to make to take Patrick Stewart and make him into a old degrading, mentally disturbed cussbud, and just roll with it. And just say,
little stuff like
incontinent.
little stuff like the family Eric LaSalle with the water.
Yeah.
Little things like that. It's like, wow, this is real goddamn depressing when you're ready, boy. But it worked. It really worked. A lot of it worked. Love the movie. Big fan.
Logan had a better depth in this than even in the comics.
Right, in my opinion. Especially
Yes.
the which one? The one with the elements
covered in
point on him?
yeah.
I hated
Yeah.
that.
I found it was cheap. It was.
Yes.
It wasn't a filling.
And this worked with the whole poisoning blood thing because it totally
Exactly.
countered his powers. Like it's well written.
Exactly.
Think about it.
The adamantium leaching into his body and killing him from the
makes
inside out.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so everything about Logan work. Again, I agree with everybody who say it was the #1 superhero movie. I know someone will disagree, but it's my #1 too.
Right.
It was my #1 since I saw it.
For real.
And
Nice.
every
And
other
nothing
movie
has
I was like,
replaced it, yes.
was this as good as Logan
Right,
for me?
right.
No,
Right.
okay,
Right.
Logan is still up there. So
Right, see.
yeah, I don't have anything to add to what you guys said,
Right.
except maybe I really love what they did with the symbolism in the movie,
Right.
especially like Professor X and the big dome.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, Cerebro is to
Cerebro.
enhance
Yes.
his powers.
But they do the doom too.
And
This
the
one is
dome
to
is to
shield the
suppress
world
his
from
powers
his
so that he can't hurt anybody. I love things
Those
like
things
that.
like that, yeah.
I like that they throw Shane in there.
Yeah,
And
that was
it's
little things like that.
Oh, Shane, this movie has
Yes.
shades of Shane.
Yes.
Alright.
This
I
movie
get
is
you.
basically
I like it.
Shane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it.
Right, yeah, you got that new
Yeah.
Western vibe. And
Yeah.
by
Yes.
the way, the new Western has been coming back. I mean, Hello High Water.
Oh my god,
yes, yes, yes.
awesome
You and I
movie.
watched a movie. We didn't watch it together, but you and I watched a movie.
Wind River?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, so that
Yes,
whole
it
tone
is.
and again,
Yeah, this works
degradation,
perfectly.
cultural, economic degradation,
Yes.
it totally fit that. Logan worked. They fit it. It really, really came together.
Right.
Next.
Me 5th, we had Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah.
What I would say is I watched it over recently, just preparing for this
Yeah.
podcast here.
Yeah.
And yes, I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
The first time, we all saw it together with the exception of Timothy. Sorry, we weren't there. We just enjoyed the flashy visuals and just the humor and everything. But it was the emotional aspects of it that caught me off guard. Like I knew that it was present in the last film, but here we got it a little bit more. It was a little bit more. They went deeper in terms of the characters and stuff like that.
Right.
But watching it over again, I was so amazed at how the emotion, at least the emotional aspects work here.
Right.
Like I was like, I'm feeling for these characters. I'm feeling for Yondu. I'm feeling for Drax and these characters. Just these little
Rockets.
moments that they had there.
Rockets,
yeah. I really love the fact that they kind of isolated these characters. Even though the first time I saw it, I find that there was too much going on.
Yeah.
I remember I said that in my review. But then just thinking about it again, and just because of how talented James Wan is as a writer, he gives us all these character moments where, these interactions among characters.
Yeah.
And you really get to learn more about them and their flaws and all that. And then you really connect with them when, literally shit hits the fan, And yeah, I was really amazed at how emotional this movie worked. It may not be the best sequel out there, but in terms of emotional, in terms of like, what's what to say? In terms of just upgrading on, the emotion or at least caring about these characters, I thought it did it way better than in the original film.
Yeah.
So I wanted to put this as my second favorite, but right now at the moment this is my third.
Right.
Okay.
I still had a kind of wrestle between this and Thor Ragnarok, but I say just because of how it hit me emotionally, you have to say Guardians was the better film.
This actually, well, I put this pretty low actually. This is fifth actually. But there's not an insult or anything like that. It's basically because I liked everything else more.
Right.
But right. Thematically, it was stronger than the first film. The
Yeah.
first film was an introduction to these characters and the relationship. Structurally, it was not. And that was unfortunate.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. It had some goddamn strong moments in this emotionally. Right?
Yeah.
Nebula and Gamora.
Oh, yeah.
Goddamn. Like, when she said, I wanted a sister, I was like, jeez, well, that hit you.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yondu.
Rocket's arc, Yondu's arc.
Yeah.
All of that
Jeez,
works.
man.
And it was really, really well told. As I said, it just needed a little more stitching together.
Yeah.
A little better stitching together just to make the plot and the themes fit together a little better, and I would enjoy it a little more.
Right.
But it's a lot of it still
I know you love the villain. Well, I appreciated the villain.
Right, exactly right. So the villain is, again, from a quote-unquote comic book cosmic standpoint, is pretty bland. But when you think about it from a, again, emotional and then the thematic fatherhood thing, there's some pretty dark shit. That
right?
Some pretty, and then when he went, like, the big reveal of what he do, I was involved with Peter. I was like, jeez, bro.
And just Peter's reaction. That
I was like,
love
God damn. But it worked. And again, good themes is about parallels into the real world, because he's totally a hippie sailor guy. And then they keep referencing this song, you know, Brandy, you're a fine girl, but the sea to call to me. Love it. Totally works and makes sense. And go ahead.
Right, and before I forget, as you mentioned, the Brandy, you're a fine girl, right? Yeah.
Which had me singing.
This hands down has one of the best soundtracks of a movie this year. It actually rivals Baby Driver in my honest opinion. Baby Driver had a better soundtrack, but this soundtrack for this movie, jeez, man, dope.
I would argue that Baby Driver make better integration of the soundtrack.
I was about to say the same thing. Baby Driver's soundtrack was more about the beat of the film, whereas Guardians of the Galaxy is more about the emotional impact.
But that's to do with more rhythmic and structure.
And I think it's James Gunn. I could be wrong, but I think it's James Gunn is actually writing these songs into the script.
Right.
Okay.
Alright,
I said James Wan. My mistake is James Gunn. My bad. James Gunn. Oops, right.
Understandable.
So I guess that will give the actors like or whoever doing the movie like what kind of emotions supposed to be involved in this particular scene.
Right.
It's to make the story flow as well. Because again, the story flowed well. It flowed well, but it wasn't structured as a song, because things didn't tie to things. Okay, so a simple example. I love the Gamora and Nebula scene, but it didn't tie to anything. And so a little simple fix to the script would have been, I'd have had Mantis be the one to not know about Ego's plan. Right? So when they learn what's going on, and then it will line up with the whole idea of her being empathic and not telepathic. She knows he feels guilt about something. She knows something is wrong, but she doesn't know what it is. And then she learns the truth and like, holy shit, I'm working for some monster. She knows he's a problem, but not this big of a problem. And then her little simple things like that to tie it better. Little stitch it. Not much. Easy edit actually, frankly. But again, it totally works. Oh, by the way, so just a quick little point out. It's a person I have no idea. I don't know who the person is in person, but she's an awesome review online. A person called Lindsay Ellis. She's fantastic. Nostalgic. Used to be Nostalgic. Right. She has a fantastic review of this movie. I totally recommend people look it up and check it out. She made a great point about how this works in terms of the emotion, and it was close to home for her, frankly. I think she had a close involvement with her father passing as well. I will admit, if a family member of mine died, I'd have probably been in tears for this movie. I'm pretending that. The movie does know what to do. James Gunn really knew what to do when it came to the material. What else?
Wayne, you just want to finish up your thoughts on...
my thoughts similar to Ricardo, because Guardians pretty low on the list for me, but that's by no means an insult. There were some things in the film that just didn't work as well for me, and to be quite honest, when I was going through just off the top of my head which films we were going to be talking about today, Guardians just fall off my radar. Well, Lego Batman wasn't even on the radar. In terms of the films, I forget Guardians even happened this year. But that's not because it was a bad film. It just, even though
it just kind of came and went.
Even though it emotionally resonates with me, I still remember more the issues of having to break up the team,
Right.
and then you have to keep jumping over
Yeah.
to everybody, and
Yeah.
It's kind of
kinda
Empire
breaking the
Strikes
flow.
Back.
Yes,
kind of
yes.
Yeah, and so those kind of things didn't work for me personally. But again, it was real funny. The humor was on point, the emotions were on point. The character arcs were on point. I like that they took the time, because again, I understand why they did what they did. I understand why Gunn did what he did in terms of splitting them up. So
Yes.
that was the character development, right?
Yes, you had to do it, yeah.
But it messed with the pacing and
Yes.
the story. And I remember us discussing it after, and we thought it had a little pacing issues
Yes.
at the time. I might need to watch it over, but I don't think that would change my thoughts. So yeah, that's where I sit with Guardians.
Alright. Some of your thoughts on Guardians?
Again, it's a fun film to look at, and like the Groot stuff was cute and all of that.
Yeah, you were like,
I
every
agree the
time Groot was on
emotional
screen.
stuff works, but it only really worked for me at the end of it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
You know,
the thing.
it didn't come through the entire film. And the Peter, is it Ego?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Peter Ego stuff, like the reveal was like, holy crap. But the Yondu stuff worked more for me, and maybe that's because I relate to that, the whole step parent thing.
Right.
So I really like, oh my gosh, emotional impact. But the Rocket Yondu stuff, I wanted a little more of, because I think what they're doing with Rocket is amazing.
Yeah.
The way they're developing that
Yeah, they
character.
care about Space Raccoon.
Yeah.
Yes, you
So
know.
after Thor, I just want to see what they do with Rocket and Hulk.
Rocket and
You know,
Hulk,
I can't wait
that
for
mashup with, I'm
Right.
just so excited for that. But I totally agree with you guys. You know, it was the first film resonated more. You know,
Right.
and this one, while I can admit it was a fun film to watch and it had that emotional impact, it only came at the very end for me.
Right.
So the rest of it was just, okay, this is happening, and then I get this big impact at the end. So it's my number 5. Again, it doesn't say
Right.
that it's
Okay,
a bad
okay.
film, but it's my
Sure.
number 5 because we had a lot of good stuff too.
Alright. Timothy, your thoughts on
I feel the same way
Guardians?
because I have Guardians at number 4. And it's not that it is a bad movie, it's just the year was so good with movies
Yeah.
that it's
Yeah.
hard to
Yeah.
actually give and take. And I agree with what Summer was saying. I didn't feel emotional stuff till the end. And it really hit me with coming on into the third act. And the best part of it was visually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's had some of the best
Visually,
visuals of a
yeah.
superhero movie all year.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be good, but that is coming off of the first one. But then when I actually sat down, I saw this in IMAX. I saw this on one of the small screens in Gemstone. And it was like,
Yeah.
I kind of regretted seeing in a small
Oh, that's
screen.
it. We
Oh,
did
yeah.
too.
We had the
did.
same
So
exact
We
experience.
basically said we're never going back
Yeah.
in there again.
And it's not a knock IMAX. No, let's actually knock them for just 1 second. They-
Oh, knock them,
Because
knock
when
them.
the projector, if you watch the roof of IMAX, you'll
Yeah.
see the words going up there. So you know part of the screen is missing.
Yeah.
Right.
So that is
I
one
just
kind of
big
stuff
solid gemstone.
Yeah.
Please. It was
Yeah.
a horrible
What was that?
experience.
Let's
Yeah.
go with Gemzone. Gemzone is for some elite film from Europe.
Independent
Yeah.
film noir.
Where, you know, where
Indie
you know, I don't know where.
I feel like I should be watching some French
yeah,
language
right,
film
where
inside
yeah,
no,
there.
yeah, a
I
Croatian,
don't watch nothing there.
yeah, no, a Croatian feminist comes to terms with whatever, right? That is the movie you had to be watching, James.
Yeah.
Where, you know, everybody wearing
Yeah.
monocles and
One of the
sipping wine.
speakers was
Yes.
working for
People
us.
walking in front of you to serve
It was a mess,
food.
it was a mess.
I was like,
we,
what?
we were
Yeah,
like,
Gemzone was a mess.
The
Yeah.
audio quality poor,
Yeah.
the visual quality poor.
yes. Yeah.
Visuals was visuals were like, alright. Well, I actually like the visuals there. They had this kind of 4K look to it.
Right.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I got
But it
out of
I
it.
didn't hit
find
me
it
as
was
4K,
kinda
you know.
muddy.
I didn't get that feel
That's good.
either.
I have to go.
The seating was nice.
I have to go
Yeah,
in
that's
front.
about it.
I
The
have to
seating
go in
was
front.
nice.
I have to go in front and then see a movie that is a kind of artsy something.
Yeah.
Right? Little artsy something.
I
You probably had to watch like La La Land or
contract.
something
Yeah.
like
No,
that.
yeah,
It
no,
is
something.
4K.
So it had to be like
I agree.
something
I
that was
didn't-
showing like
I didn't feel
TIFF
it.
once.
Right.
It had to be that, right?
Yeah.
That is what it had to be. Look, whatever. They go for
Yeah.
this. So
Yeah.
next movie.
Yeah. So Guardians is my number 4. It's not that it's a bad movie. I enjoyed it. It looked good and it was funny. I thought in the beginning they probably stretched Baby Groot a little bit too much because
Right.
like how long are we going to watch him dance? There's only so
Yeah.
much I could take.
Right.
But
I
it's
mean, I love
really
the
my
song
number
and
4.
all, but it's just
Yeah.
that it was just like, let's just show Groot and just show
Yeah.
a one take
I'll
because we
also
can.
Right.
interject that
Sorry.
the villains didn't work for me that well.
Yeah.
They were just gold people. I understand the purpose because
Oh,
they have
those
to bring
villains.
Olaf
Oh, yeah,
in.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
those villains, it was like, okay.
Oh yeah, that was like
exactly-
expendable.
Yeah, you know, when
They
it
looked
was
good.
us-
They looked good.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what?
They almost
your
felt
bread
like
brother.
mini
You
bosses
know what
until
killed it
you
for
got
me
to
with
the
them
boss.
is like when they had the big epic chase scene in the beginning and
Yeah.
you realized it was a simulation.
Yes.
Like, what?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So
What
they have no risk to them. They just
Exactly,
stay
exactly.
and they fly in these.
Yeah.
What-
I think another little cameo Ben Brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about if they use Sylvester Stallone more as probably a villain instead? Would you have liked him more?
No, but
As
like,
a villain,
One of the
no.
Guardians.
Is he
Yeah.
one of the original
Right,
Guardians?
But forget about that. What about if they use him?
As a villain?
Yeah. Would you
Well,
have
the
liked
only
him more?
time I've ever seen him really be a villain is that horrible Spy Kids movie. So I can't think of
Oh
him
my
as a
god,
villain.
I forgot he was in
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
forget about
honestly
that too.
can't think of him as a villain.
Timothy
Wow.
was like more Groot, and I remember like in my review with Julian.
Yeah.
I guess some hard looks because I say, Baby Groot is just a sell toys.
Yep.
and-
No, that
Yes.
makes
He's a marketing
That's what-
tool.
That's what it is.
And that's what he was.
But
Yeah.
on the subject of Groot though, what was kind of interesting, although they can't really do much with it with Groot, is that alright, Groot is reborn now. He's a kid, so he doesn't have his strength anymore. So it's him having to deal with everybody kind of looking down at him, especially like when the Ravagers captured him now. So you saw how sad he was. Then eventually, when he actually did the big epic, still one of the best scenes in the whole movie, where Yondu got his his magic stick,
Horn?
quote unquote, back and
Right.
just wipe out everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you saw Groot actually sort of wipe out people now. That could give him a little strength. But that's the only little character arc they give him now, really, that he's small, he just had to kind of grow back up now.
And it's another Groot, because
Yeah.
Gunn has said, listen, Groot died in the
Right,
first
yeah,
one.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
There's
not
a new
Groot.
one.
It's a new Groot, so.
Yeah, it's not the same Groot from
Yeah.
the first one.
Although I like the teenage Groot at the end and with
Yes.
one of the post-credit scenes,
Yeah,
that was
I think-
hilarious.
I think that's it. Well, you said I was preteen Groot.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh,
by the
preteen,
time
okay.
we,
We're supposed to
by the
get
time we get
teenage
Infinity
Groot, yeah.
Wars, we'll
Okay.
have teenage Groot.
Yes.
So in Infinity Wars, we get like American Pie Groot.
Nah.
I'm not looking
hope not.
forward to that, no.
So next,
Right, next, we had, and I'll just say this one time, my second favorite superhero movie of 2017, Wonder Woman.
And I can hear the theme song in my head.
Yeah.
That theme song is epic.
Yeah.
The end credit scene where you're seeing all the names was just freaking amazing. I just love that.
I feel like I have
sequence
different
alone.
thoughts than maybe everybody.
Um,
This table, but
Wonder Woman
Yeah.
is my third favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is exactly what this movie needed to be.
Yes, that's why I loved it.
Yeah.
That's why I loved it.
It's a little similar to Cap TFA, but that is exactly what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
And a lot of it worked. In fact, almost all of it worked. The only thing that didn't really work was Mustache Aries.
Yes.
Aries'
yes.
mustache, like,
Yeah.
they could have cut that mustache. Yeah, maybe
Right.
change to something else. Or well,
Yeah. What I would say though is right. Well, the villain and especially that third act final battle sequence, which I noticed with like
Yeah.
the DCEU movies, always have to end with some sort of CG orgasm scene.
Yeah.
That was like
Yeah.
yes.
That's where I felt Snyder's footprint
Yeah.
all over
Yeah.
that movie.
yeah.
But still, we had an excellent performance by Gal Gadot.
Yes.
Or Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot. I don't know why people say Gal Gadot, but anyway. I mean, she looked the part already, but just seeing her do these dramatic scenes in the movie worked for me. The relationship she had with what's the guy's name?
Steve
Chris
Trevor.
Pine, Steve Trevor.
Yeah, Steve Trevor worked. The Amazonian scenes work. Well, these
Yeah.
the scenes,
Love
yeah.
it.
Just the visuals of those scenes alone look really incredible. And the story as well worked. I love the fish out the water story that they told. I love the kind of subtle feminist approach to it as well,
Yeah.
especially with the time period as well. The
Right.
choice of
Floating.
having these stories set in World War One,
Yeah.
sorry, worked. And yeah, the directing by Patty Jenkins was on point. Story was well written. Acting was on point as well. It's just that the villain, while I see what he was getting at there in terms of his setup, could have been done a little bit better. And then, like I say, once again, it just kind of ends in this sort of CG orgasm where it's just a bunch of flashy visuals. And I was like, all right, this is just DC doing DC stuff because it can't be like Marvel. But that criticism aside, though, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I just think in terms of just culturally, in terms of just what it did in terms of just setting a female superhero, especially like in
Yeah.
2017. It's just
Absolutely.
amazing. So that's why I had to put this as second
Right.
for me.
Anybody else?
Summer, I know you love
I
this
can
movie
talk
as
about
well,
this movie
but-
all day, and it is my number one. And no, it's not because it's a chick. Because if it was crap,
Sure,
I
it's
would
not.
say it was crap.
Right.
But I totally agree because this movie had so many obstacles to overcome in terms of what people thought it would be. People thought it would fail. So
Past
many
movies.
people say a female-driven movie couldn't work.
Right.
Gal Gadot didn't have what it takes. I, for one, will admit that when they said Gal Gadot, I was like, no, she
Yeah.
doesn't have the
She's-
muscle
she's too
tone.
slim
She's
and
too
to-
small. And she did what
Yeah.
Heath Ledger did. She turned this, she made this character her own to
Yeah.
the point where we can't picture anybody else
Yeah.
as this
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, agree with them.
And again, all the feats this movie achieved, like you said, you know, the little hints of the feminism and stuff like that, the setting of World War I, the chemistry between her and Chris Pine.
Mhm.
I adored all of it. I do admit it's not a perfect film.
No.
I did felt like the whole Ares thing would have been more impactful if Ares was more, let's say, a thought than an actual being.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you know, a presence that
Yeah.
was
Right.
affecting and not a monster. But I guess because it's a comic book movie, you have to have an actual monster.
Punch.
Yeah.
So the Ares thing, yes, for me, I totally agree. It didn't work. But everything else, this movie just achieved so much, so many milestones that I just get excited to talk about it and
Yeah.
what it's done. And I hope now that this movie has done this, not just female-driven movies, but comic book movies in general that they say can't work. We've had so many movies that have proven them wrong.
Yeah.
Deadpool proved we could have an R-rated hero and it can work. Wonder Woman has proven you can have a female-driven movie. Let's give more of the comic book stories that are out there a chance to work. You know, and have a little faith in the fans. You know,
Yeah.
we're gonna
Yeah,
back
that
it.
is it, yeah.
If you give us quality,
Yeah.
we're gonna
Yeah.
back it.
Yeah.
Have some faith in your fans and stop just pushing everything into a blender
Yeah.
and spitting crap out and telling us, hey, here you go. Go
Yeah.
pay to see
I
have
that.
some
I find it
source
should give,
material.
Yeah.
I find it should give Patty
Man of Steel too.
the DC.
Yeah.
I find it should just
Give her the
Pastor-
universe.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
No, but
absolutely.
she should do Superman.
Yeah,
My
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, I do see
Whatever,
that.
whatever
Yes.
the next Superman movie gonna be
Yes,
called,
'cause-
should be called Man of Tomorrow, by the way, whatever. No, but for this, yeah, this movie was it totally worked. I was really worried about this movie when I saw Batman v Superman. I was
Of
like,
course, yeah.
well, holy crap. No, she was okay in that. I actually
Yes.
like her sequence in it, even though it was sold out like a year before, whatever. Yeah, I can't stop but bitching about Batman v Superman. Yeah, and yeah, a lot of this movie just totally worked for me, as I said, I mentioned before how one big thing about this, see color correction, which we're gonna talk about later.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
color correction, this movie looked damn good.
Oh,
Especially
yes.
all those island sequences.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the
Yeah.
best part.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then little solid world building. I like little things like little things I slightly appreciate, like okay, the Amazons, like a good chunk of them are women of color. Yeah,
Yes.
little small
Right.
things like that.
Yes.
Not that is one thing, but a little look. Not only that, but they have different body shapes.
Mhm.
Thank you.
No,
Yes,
that's
you
a
have-
big thing when it comes to fitness.
Yes.
Right? You have women who look bulky and they fit.
Yes.
Yeah, they fit. They had this big black woman. It's
Yes,
like
yeah.
boom, boom, and then you know like Diana to conquer. So to me, I was like, yeah, this person's supposed to exist. Like that worked.
Yes.
And everything flowed. Worked. That whole opening sequence, it just pasted really well. Again, little nitpicky things like for me, these soldiers teleported from the shore to the beach.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
Little stuff like that. Little
Yeah.
crappy stuff like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
No one cares. Totally work. And it made a ton of cash. It did really, really well.
Yes.
I think it's
Number one selling comic book movie of
Origin.
all time.
Origin
Origin
movie.
movie of
Origin
all
movie, yeah.
time.
It does. Well, I think with respect to
because it
inflation.
recently inched out Spider-Man by a
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
but it she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most
she
people,
did.
you know, people nitpick, nerds will nitpick, well, they know inflation, blah, blah, blah.
Whatever.
Numbers is numbers.
Right.
Yeah, the movie totally worked. I put it as my third best, but I'm going to talk about the movie that's coming up just now. Second test.
And also, it's good. I know for sure it's gonna show up in a lot of best of lists, especially
For
top
the year,
10.
yeah.
Like
Mhm.
into the superhero movies,
Yeah.
this one is gonna be there.
Yeah.
I know that.
Right.
Yeah.
All
Everyone
right.
else?
Yeah,
Wayne,
but-
Wayne
your thoughts?
and
on-
Timothy.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it, and again, we had a no climax. We had a bad experience going into it, and people.
Lord.
I actually got to see the movie for free at the end of it. So
Oh,
I
wait.
said how bad experience it was, and
Wow.
Wonder Woman redeemed that whole thing.
Wow.
Because
Okay.
I went in, it was so good.
Right.
I had so much fun with this, and it felt like not Wonder Woman like Diana, but it felt like Gal in the role. Like she could be Wonder Woman in real life. Because
Yeah.
if you listen to
Yes.
in interviews,
Yeah.
and she talks Oh, I wanna.
Yeah,
She kind of did see.
She has a very
She
strong
kinda did
Israeli
see.
accent.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she was so naive in the movie. It felt like if she could be Wonder Woman in real life.
Yeah.
And everything like that came across in the movie. And then when she came to the real world, basically, everything just transitioned so smoothly. And I had fun with that. The best part of it to me was Themyscira.
Yeah.
That was the best part of
That
it.
whole opening was just excellent.
Yeah, if the whole movie was based there, I would have enjoyed it even more. It probably would have been my number one.
Yeah.
So it's my number two. And it's just a rewatchable movie.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
watched it probably at least 10 times already.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm bored, I like, well, it's either Winter Soldier, Civil War, or Wonder Woman. And
Yeah,
usually
but
end up
Choose
being
Wonder Woman, nice.
Yeah, I think I see Wonder Woman like about 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then when I reach like halfway through Wonder Woman, I tend to lose a bit of interest.
Right.
But that's just how good the first half of the movie is.
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
Win?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I agree with everything you guys said. I don't have anything additional to that.
Right.
There are
But-
things I like about Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I like that most of the comedy comes from how naive she is. I love the stuff that they done Themyscira. That scene when she walk across the battlefield.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Epicness.
The thing about Wonder Woman for me was that it had a lot of familiar beats. It's an origin story. So it had shades of Captain America, the first
Yeah.
Avenger. It had shades of the original Superman.
Yeah.
Follow those beats.
Yeah.
They didn't really stray from the blueprint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what really killed the vibe for me with Wonder Woman, like all the celebration and loving it as much as it did, was that they had the perfect ending
Right.
and they ruined it.
With what's the ending? Was it where?
So there's a point in the film where she realizes that there's no puppet master pulling the strings and manipulating mankind.
Okay,
Yeah.
Man, I've come to the realization that some men are good, some men are
Right.
evil.
Right.
We
Yes,
just had to
yes.
deal with that.
Right.
But perfect ending.
Right.
And then you ruin it by saying no, there was a puppet master
Right.
all the time.
She'll see.
Yes.
And he comes in and we have the third act, big brown blowout,
Yes.
ugly,
You gotta cut that.
bad. All the time
That's
the
where I
movie was
feel
lovely.
studio.
Fine,
That's
right,
where you
okay,
get
I totally
studio
understand.
interference
Yeah.
as opposed to what a
They take the
writer
shit
Exactly.
brush
would
Yeah.
have.
Right,
Yeah.
and
right.
wash the whole screen with
Right.
this nasty doodle
Right.
stain color, and you can't see anything that going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
see a bunch of flashing lights.
like
That's what I'm saying.
everything about that third act, I hated it, and every
Right.
time I think about Wonder Woman, that is what I remember.
Focus on.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Because
understand.
even like at the end when Steve died and she gave this speech about it, it's love and my powers come from love.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I get this
I get it,
because
I
of
get it.
love. It was so
Right.
cliche.
Right.
So like Wonder Woman just above Guardians for me.
Okay.
So like I think I said Guardians was 5, Wonder Woman's 4.
Right.
Okay.
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 But I'll be honest, my list working a little bit different. So I just interchange. I have like 3 movies where either one can take the place of the
Right.
other
Yeah.
in
Yes,
terms of
yes.
how I think about it, right? But just for the purpose of the podcast,
Yes.
Wonder Woman, then Guardians.
That's how it feels
Right.
today.
That's okay. We're still friends.
Yeah, we are. Don't worry.
No,
Don't
I
worry,
like-
you're
I
entitled
like
to
the
your own
movie.
opinion, bro. That's
I like the
okay.
movie,
Yeah.
especially like I get feels from that scene where she
Right.
walk across the battlefield.
Yeah,
and
of
have
course.
a
No man's
speech
land.
before that. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, DC, this is what I want from you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, the hair literally rose on my
Yeah,
neck
chills,
when
chills.
she stood up on
Yeah.
that battlefield.
That
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah.
And if they had like followed through with that,
Right.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But then too, like, I just really noticed things like bad green screen and things when
Yes.
I watching
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
And even that scene, it was noticeable.
Hanging out
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you,
yeah.
I've been noticing that stuff more and more.
Yeah.
And of course, the CG Wonder Woman. You know,
Yeah.
during
Yes.
the battle scene
Yes,
after
yeah.
No Man's Land, like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's CG. That's
Yeah,
CG.
You're jumping out the building.
Yeah, like it just took me out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But I mean, when
No,
it
it's not-
compared
it's-
to
it's
another
very easy
movie
to pick.
that came out recently.
We'll talk about
We'll
that.
get
Yes,
there.
we'll talk
We'll
about
get there.
Right, so coming up next, came out in July 7th, we had Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, that's my
And
second.
That's my
here's the
second
thing.
too.
Here's the thing. I appreciate the film. I'm glad that it actually had a lighter tone. I'm glad that it wasn't gloomy and dull and boring as those amazing Spider-Man movies was. Even that one, that really annoying one with Jamie Foxx that I know
Yeah.
that you absolutely love, and nothing wrong with that,
Hey,
Wayne.
don't put
Nothing's
words
wrong.
in my mouth.
Nothing's wrong with that. I enjoy what they did with this new take on the villain. It's not like, oh, he fell into a vat of electric eels and he turned to this creature. No. It's a guy who's down his luck. He just want to make money to take care of his family. He's like, hey, all this tech from all this shit that happened to Avengers.
Making sense.
Yes.
What he's doing, you could actually say, you know what, I kind of get it.
Yeah. And that was Michael Keaton as Vulture in a nutshell, though. And just the things that they did with him, well, his setup was great, but that reveal, though, when Peter sees him, when he opens that door, was just brilliant. I love that, right? The high school moments were great. I love how they kind of balance it, even though... Alright, and I'll just get into my main flaw with this movie, though. That's why I put it so low, unfortunately.
It's your number what again?
It's my number 5.
Wow.
Okay. I still don't get me wrong. I still enjoy the movie. I really do.
Right.
It is in my top 17 because I am doing the top 17. But at the moment, I can't really say it's top 10. It's probably like around 11 or 12 or something like that. I'm not saying I hate this show. It's just it didn't stick out to me as much. I felt personally that the stakes in terms of the story didn't feel as high as all that. It was just like, all right, Peter has to do this. He has to stop this bad guy from getting away with this or from stealing tech from Tony Stark and them. And that was it. It didn't really feel like it was, holy shit, if he doesn't get through, he could lose his life. You know, we get probably 1 or 2 moments of that, but it did kind of feel like, all right, somehow Peter Parker, Spider-Man's going to get out of this one way or the other. And he did. But we still got some great humor of it. Of course, Tom Holland kills it as Spider-Man. He kind of rivals Tobey Maguire as being one of the best portrayals of Spider-Man. Kind of. I don't know. I just talk about.
hate Tobey as Spider-Man, so.
I hate Tobey as Spider-Man.
Dude.
Thank you.
Alright, but there was still Spider-Man 1 and 2. There was still Spider-Man 1 and 2, which still remains the best Spider-Man movies. That's why I say it rivals Tobey Maguire's performance.
I prefer Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield.
Really?
Part 1.
Really?
Yes, part 1.
Part 1?
It's my favorite Spider-Man movie, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
right.
And finally, I like how it finally tied itself into the MCU. I thought it worked. You know, Tony Stark being this sort of father figure made for some great moments as well. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it as well. But still, in terms of like the best stuff, I had to put this one a little low because you will watch it, you will have fun with it, but it's not one of those shows I would go back to, you know, repeatedly and watch it over and over.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
I could jump in before you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, good.
Go ahead.
Just jumping off what Matty said about the low stakes thing. I think that was intentional.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I was
Because-
the same thing.
Yeah, right? Think back to when you were a teenager and the things that you thought was these
Critical.
like real important
Yes.
like
Alright.
things, right?
Yeah.
And then as you get older you realize
Yeah.
Especially with
Worries.
high school and you know, exams and all that
so
stuff.
that is what
Yeah.
they take that same concept and they write it into the film.
Yeah.
So the
Alright.
stakes, like you can't have these world-ending stakes all the time.
Because he's only
For
15
high
years
school,
old.
right?
Yeah.
Boy, right? That is big enough stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my number 2 for the year. I thoroughly love this movie.
Cool.
Here's why I love this movie. Okay, so big nerd shit for me, right? You know when you do things that you talk about in real life, and the movie covers all of that. So you have like this little small thing where Spider-Man swing and then hit a surface.
Yeah.
Little things like that. And then they just deal with they stitch it into the MCU very, very well. It's not perfect.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. You have a couple of timeline fingerlies here or there.
Yeah.
But it's not. But they did that whole put it into the MCU very well. Second, they did great world building in terms of internally. So it's like, okay, why you have to get this? Why you have that? Little plot problems like how come you find back this and that and the other. Well, but just the relationship you have with Tony, that worked.
Yeah.
His bad decision making as a teenager, that
Yes,
worked.
yes.
And then when Vulture opened the door and they realized, holy shit, the girl he was pining over, the whole damn movie is the damn man father. And there's a little bit of misdirection because I thought it was the other girl because he mentioned the
I
drawing.
thought so too. I thought so
But he
too.
mentioned the drawing in the beginning. I was like, oh shit, the drawing thing. Nope.
Yeah.
Catch her with the girl.
Yeah.
God damn, that was pretty
That's
awesome.
one of the best
I was
reviews.
surprised.
That's one of the best
Yeah.
reviews.
Best damn
Yeah.
movie. They catch her completely
Yeah.
seen it for the
That-
first
yeah.
time.
Oh, and that scene with him in the car, by the way,
Yeah,
was
that's
like,
my
instantly,
scene.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna kill you, and I'm
That's
gonna
my
find
scene.
your
I
family
was
and
like,
kill
watching
you.
so
I
like,
did not
from the door
breathe
opening.
during
And they
that
sell
That was
the
nice.
main
Yes.
point about Spider-Man. Great power comes great
Yeah,
responsibility.
and they didn't have
Yeah.
to
Had
have
to
to
say
beat
it.
it over
Right.
your
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
Had
It
to
was-
give up.
it
He has
was
to give that up.
Yeah.
Had to give that
Yeah.
one up. And
They
say,
didn't
"Nah,
even
stop it."
reference the line in the movie with great
Exactly.
power comes great
Right.
responsibility.
And they make it work.
Yeah,
And
that-
this, firstly, one. Oh, another thing, the little banter with the computer. Like, I thought that would have killed the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, it worked.
No,
It was
it
funny. It well done. And then Ned, awesome.
Yeah,
In
it was
one
funny.
Really well
Yeah,
run.
yeah.
And then they had, again, little characters in the background. They had Hannibal Boris as the teacher, which was hilarious. And they made a little joke of, I'm sure he's a war criminal now that is mentioned in Captain America.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Actually,
wow, they
wow,
continue
it's-
one time though. They just build it
Yeah.
off, and again, you totally feel like this is a high school in the MC.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is why I love this movie.
You also
Right.
feel like it was
Totally
a
work.
continuation, like
Perfect.
for
Perfect.
Civil War.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just flows so well. Again, not perfect in terms of continuity because like they had the part where, okay, so in Civil War, when he saw Ant-Man for the first time, he was holy shit.
Right.
Right.
When in this movie, you watch back, he's like, well, I guess this guy's Ant-Man. So wait, how much time passed between
Yeah,
that and that?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it kind of looked
Yeah.
inconsistent.
Oh, he was like, oh, that guy's big now.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
But
yeah.
but in the movie, he was like, oh shit.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So little things like
So did he say that and then
Yes.
jump out
Never.
of
Tell the
the
camera that.
go, oh shit.
Right, right. Little things like that, whatever. Little nitpicky things, nerd shit. Nobody care. Spider-Man beat Spider-Man. Just
Oh,
swinging.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Love it.
Like, I
Absolutely.
want to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, Civil
Yeah.
War.
Yeah.
Civil War did Spider-Man well.
Yes.
Awesome. Really damn good. But this movie just like you get the same operate in New York, they get the same operate, not like again he's beginner he's baby crime fighter. So he
Yeah.
like messing things up,
Yes.
doing stuff he not supposed
Yes.
to do. It's like
Yeah.
alright.
Catching you wrong
Right.
person.
And then
Yeah.
his relationship with Happy. Now I would slightly prefer if it was just him and Happy. I thought they had better chemistry than him and Tony,
Tony.
frankly. But it still worked. Funny movie, flowed well, and it didn't need to be a big deal, and it worked. It's not about anything. It's not as good as Spider-Man 2, in my opinion.
I find
Just
so-
saying, Spider-Man 2 is
no,
the best.
Spider-Man 2, the Tobey Maguire
Yeah,
Spider-Man 2
Tobey
for me
Maguire.
is like,
Yeah.
is the, right, for me is the apex. If you know I'm movie about ton of problems, whatever.
Yeah, it does.
But this movie, the purpose of it was to fit, have a little pace to Spider-Man in this movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then say, alright, why is he relevant? And then why is he important? Why do I care?
Yeah.
They check all those boxes, and it totally work. Yeah, I get this on number 2. Only because Logan was such a borderline masterpiece when it comes to
Yeah.
comics.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
I get this number 2. I love
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is my number.
Spider-
And then
Spider-Man
on top of that, it was just
number two
a total like Spider-Man actually homecoming to the MCU. All of that was like
So there's like our summer could talk about Wonder Woman.
no.
For
But
long,
I'm a
I
big
could
Spider-Man.
talk about Spider-Man.
I'm a big
for-
Spider-Man nerd. I'm a
I
big
could
Spider-Man
take
nerd,
the
and I'm
whole
glad
time
that they really do
to
this
talk
character
about
justice.
Spider-Man. I love how natural everything.
By the way,
dialogue, humor.
freaking Prowler, the uncle of
Yes.
the other Spider-Man in this.
Yes,
Like, oh,
yes.
the other Spider-Man in this too.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
word, yeah, Miles
Yes,
Morales.
It had a
And it
deleted
was-
scene where he actually say,
Yes.
Right.
where he
Right.
actually
Right.
call him and he's like
Right.
Miles and
Right.
he come. So it's like
It's like,
Miles.
wait, so we
exists.
get Miles? Lovely. It's one of those
Yeah.
things. Love it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Number
love
2.
it.
Summer.
Yeah, same.
Well, it is my number 2 as well, because and I'm not gonna lie, the first time I saw this movie I was like, okay, because it was so tonally different from every Spider-Man movie. But then I decided to give it another go, watch it again because of Queen. So you know what, I need to watch it again and look at this movie from the point of view this is a 15-year-old boy. And that is when this movie hit home for me. It really did. And the way he would panic, like when that building fell on him and he was screaming and crying. That is how
Yeah, yeah,
any
yeah.
kid would respond in a
Yeah.
situation
you're
like
right,
that.
That one. I've done
You
that
know,
one.
and the vulture, holy crap. And the subtle way they introduce the other villains like Shocker
Shocker.
and
Yes,
Scorpion.
two Shockers.
with this-
Yeah, the two
you know,
shockers.
the
Two
two
Shockers,
Shockers
yeah.
and Scorpio guy.
Scorpion, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Everything was done well and subtly. I love the whole, if you can't do it without the suit, then you shouldn't do it
Yeah.
at
Love it,
all,
yeah.
because it has to be who you are. You know, I loved all of that work for me. The Tony stuff, I felt like it was just enough that it
Yeah,
worked. It
'cause I was
didn't
worried
overpower
about it.
you with this
Yeah.
Iron Man in this movie.
Right,
okay,
But
okay,
they
so-
never made it an Iron Man Spider-Man movie.
That one really got that amazing part for me when the guy in the boat, he's like, yeah, Spider-Man!
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Messed up.
Yeah.
And then Iron Man goes,
Yeah,
yeah,
Iron Man.
Iron Man! Love it.
Seriously.
That cracked me up, dude.
Because that's the essence of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Things like that's
Yeah.
happening all the time.
Yeah.
Just like
And
totally
I
take a
did
L
love
day.
too the messing up. I did love the little nuts, questions, nerds. Like the fact that he had to run across the field because there was
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh, that was a
to-
great
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
this-
I'm not trying to tell you, little things like that. What is happening if you have a
The
little
web could
Yes,
shoot.
yes,
This web
exactly.
could shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
let me try it.
Yep.
That's things
Yes.
you would do.
Little
That's
jokes.
really like when I was 15.
Right.
The first Spider-Man movie came out from Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Right.
And this movie like take me all the way back to when I was 15. I was like,
Right.
if I was Spider-Man,
Right.
this is the kind of things I would
Yes.
do. I would
Yeah.
want to be in school.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait for school to
Exactly.
finish
Right.
and run outside.
The,
the
I
the
trust
little
you.
things to like
And
him
jump
mixing
around.
the web fluid and
In
secret in
school.
his
Yeah.
school.
That- to
It's
do
like,
that
that's what
things.
you would do. You'd
Yeah.
use what you could have, because he's not rich and all of that. So all those little things worked really well for me.
So-
Aunt May was a little. I'm still not sure how I feel about that
And B.
Aunt May.
Oh,
But
no.
I love Marissa Tomei.
And B.
Right, and the ending, her last line, just
Yeah. Yeah.
epic, just
Brilliant.
priceless.
Yeah. Love the movie. I love it.
So yeah, it's my number 2, and it is a movie I can see myself like. Deadpool is another one I watch every now and again.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I can watch this like that. I don't see myself getting tired of
That's gonna be
Homecoming.
my anniversary
Yes.
Spider-Man movie.
And
Right.
every time
I
Kate
watch it
wears
every
wings,
year.
he gives me something awesome. So and the
Well,
design for Vulture
Right.
blew me away.
Solid.
Yeah.
Right, so.
Because it was freaking scary.
And a smart call. It's
It
a smart
was
call going with that.
terrifying
Yeah.
to see something like that in the sky. I'm
Yeah.
15
Which
years old.
weird,
I've
eh?
never fought anything like that before.
Mhm.
And that thing seemed to be capable of a million different things that I didn't even think it could do. So,
No, but it's such a smart design call from, like, okay, probably always have plenty of the Spider-Man villains. Well, how you got them thing?
yeah.
Yeah.
How you make
basically.
them thing? How you do that? How you do this, right? And then with this movie, it's like, nope.
Because it's
The
him.
guy that say,
Yes.
the guy that say,
Tinkerer,
yeah,
yes.
right. They link to him and it's like, oh, they just straight up just say, oh, well, this team Chitauri tech, Chitauri's here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chitauri,
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yep, that's it.
Oh,
Makes
and,
sense.
and I love how they
Makes
cut
sense.
from like 8 years later, so
Right.
they figure out as much
Right,
as they
plenty
can.
time pass,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
right.
actually
Plenty
forget
time
it
pass, yeah.
again.
Yeah.
It also makes sense that people would try to weaponize these
Right.
things. They would try
Guys,
to
right,
Yeah.
those all the
yeah.
right, those little
Love it.
things, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Timothy, your thoughts on Homecoming?
Well, I have to put a disclaimer. So I'm actually a DC fanboy.
Right.
So I have Spider-Man at number
Represent.
5. But doesn't mean that it's not a good movie.
Right.
That's
And
what I
jumping
said.
off of what you were saying about Vulture, one of the best parts of it was how intelligent he was. It didn't take
Yeah.
him much to figure out who Peter Parker is.
Yes.
That,
And-
right,
and
that's
that was
another
very
small thing I
smart.
absolutely love.
Yeah.
That is a, okay, so look, secret, what we call it?
Identity.
Secret identities.
That is something that's just like pissed me off. in
Dude,
movies.
Wonder Woman, for example.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's
No, here's
think
the
about
thing.
it.
Here's the thing. Superman is the dumbest by far.
Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
Now look, Christopher Reeve. We have a scene in Christopher Reeve movie
Yeah.
where he do the whole slumpy thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Look,
And he's take
It-
off the glass.
Yeah.
listen, it is kind of work, but it's still dumb. Sorry.
Still though.
And Batman, Nolan Batman is the best to explain it. They explain that shit perfect,
Mhm.
which is you have a bunch of people who know, and them just keep the secret.
Right.
So every time somebody trying to kind of figure it
They
out,
get covered
Yeah.
up.
you come
Yeah.
right.
Like a train
And then
off, yeah.
they do a whole subplot in Dark Knight with a dude who figure it out via the money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Good.
Yeah.
Right. And then Batman asks Bruce Wayne save his life. And he
Mhm.
just watch him and he watch him back and he's like,
Yeah.
well, I kind of get why everybody's protected.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Good. Spider-Man is, even though Spider-Man kind of makes sense because nobody sees his face, still, somebody need to figure it out. And this, I love that he just watch. He just shift twice and then
Yeah.
puts that together
Yeah.
immediately.
Because that's
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
that's supposed to be in
Yeah.
superhero movies. Like, so they didn't catch your voice, they didn't see the
They
mouth
figured
shape.
Yes.
Come on.
That's it.
Voice-
Come
voice
on.
is over
And
most
it's
of
just
the
a
others.
matter of, so you happen to be missing at the exact same
Exactly,
time
right.
Yeah.
and twice?
Yeah.
No
Come on,
way.
I say it wasn't there,
And then
it wasn't
here's
Right,
Peter
right.
sweating bullets
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
that.
it was the
He's so
mannerisms
young,
that Vulture was
he
looking
can't
at.
even cover.
and on top of that, you're going to prom with a girl you like. So
Yeah.
it's like double.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Double
they make it work.
anxiety.
They make it work. They make it work. I love stuff like that. Yeah.
Right.
go on,
Nah, but
continue,
generally
continue.
it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
The entire movie. I think I felt the emotional tags in this a lot more. Like when Peter was going up the big building in the second act.
Yeah.
Washington
Watch
Monument.
Monument,
Watch-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I felt all those beats in it,
Mhm.
and Vulture just made the movie for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And two things. I could actually see Wayne being 15 years and breaking school with a Spider-Man. You've got to shoot dogs with his webs and
Okay, so
everything.
as a kid, you see that whole thing in the field?
Yeah.
I was in my head, I was like, you know, So kid constantly fantasize about Spider-Man. I used to run home.
Me
I used to
too.
run home from communion class to go see Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends because it started a little too damn moody. I used to be pissed off when that class went too long.
Yeah.
Just run straight home. I used to say, I had to move to Port of Spain because like Port of Spain is the only place you can be Spider-Man. It's like the place with high villains in the country. At the time now, I was like, well, Sando now can I get some tall building? Kinda. Like that, it's still a bit thing that, but I love the world building in this. It's such they make it work. They make it another big thing. They make it such a New York movie. It feels like
Yeah.
modern New York.
Yeah.
Right? You see little cultured stuff, the guy in the deli, and dude.
Yeah, people actually, hey, you're that spider dude, do a flip.
Yeah,
That's
that's totally
yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's totally
yeah,
felt like
yeah,
modern
yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
Totally worked.
Those things.
Because that's a kind of slight critique of the Toby films. The Toby films was a little too comic booky old New York.
Yes.
This one felt modernized.
But again, too, that's what Raimi was going.
Right. I don't have a right, but still,
I'll see Spider-Man.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
And kind of modernized.
And little things like the newspaper, but whatever, you get away with it. Now you couldn't really get away with it, and they make it work in this like modernized New York. I really want, like, if they get a part 2 for it, well, I don't know when they're doing it in part 2 in the MCU, whatever it is, but they already modernized it in the comics, like because the idea of the newspaper in the classical sense kind of dead.
Yeah.
So how are they gonna do that? Him being a photographer, he had to be a kind of blogger. They had to modernize.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll figure something
That's a
out.
good
Right.
point. That's actually a good point.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, they have
So and
to.
all these little
Yeah.
things matter, and you can tell that a lot of conscientiousness went into the making of the film.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I love this movie. This movie
Yeah.
totally work, and I'm
Yeah.
a big Spider-Man nerd. Love it, totally work.
Yeah.
I'll take over this conversation, sorry. But Spider-Man, well,
We
well,
live in
well,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, alright.
If you didn't do it, I would have done it.
right, for real.
But just like
Yeah, you know.
Timothy, not saying that I enjoy the film.
Right.
No, I don't mean not saying I hate
It
the
was
film.
good. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
had to rank it now. You know what I mean? That's
Absolutely,
it.
we
And you
understand.
might wake up tomorrow and it might be number 3. You might
Yeah,
be
so
different.
just like Wayne, I could
Yeah.
intercede. I might wake up one day and be like, nah, this is top 10 for me.
Right,
You know?
no problem.
It could happen. We still have a month and a half again
Nah,
before.
don't take my
Yeah, no, no one should have
Hey, we
no.
all
Wayne
could
could
come
intercede.
to the other
No, you
opinions,
can't.
Alright.
Alright, so we didn't get any superhero movies in September, but we did get something interesting.
Oh, good Lord.
Unfortunately, I didn't watch it.
Nobody
The
watched.
Inhumans.
I
Yeah.
did watch it.
The
Because
whole season.
I was hoping it would get better.
Wow.
You're
Are you
a
proud of
true
yourself?
optimist.
Yeah.
How were those 8
Here's the thing.
episodes?
Here's the thing.
How were those 8 episodes?
Here's the thing. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was nonsense when it first started.
Um,
and only really,
kind
honestly,
of.
No, right.
for me
Well, so what
personally,
again, that?
Yeah, for me,
for
I
me
find it.
personally, when the finale kicked in with Nick Fury, that
Right.
thing took on a whole other life.
Right.
And then from there, they just
Right.
hit
I
it.
remember.
It's getting progressive.
Yeah,
It's
I
got-
think it was
yeah.
season 3 that kind of sucked for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for me. I actually kind of like first season, and I like second season for
Right.
the most part. But
But-
then the last season was goddamn
Epic.
amazing.
It
Yeah,
was,
I
yes.
did that. I did
Like,
that. Yeah.
word. Like, this is
Gotham
what they're going to this?
did not
Okay.
get good for me until Gotham hit episode 12. I could actually
Okay.
remember it in my head.
Okay.
That
Season
I
one.
was like, okay, this is what I'm waiting
Just
on.
stick with things
Right.
real
I will confess that I still haven't given Gotham a chance.
Right.
Because
You
for
need
me,
to.
I will
No.
no,
No,
here's
Gotham
why.
is
Here's why. Here's why.
Here's
No,
why.
here's why. Because I've said this before. The whole shtick of Batman is that he
See it?
kind of has to be the creator of those.
Yes!
Sorry.
Where Julian?
Sorry, that's the whole point. Sorry, and the idea of these characters just popping up without Batman being there, and non-Batman Gotham don't make much sense. That is kind of the problem.
You know, I never thought of it that
That's
way.
kind of the point. Sorry to
Oh
say,
my
he
God,
kind of
no,
have to be
I'm
either.
not gonna be able to watch
Batman have to be kind of either directly or indirectly the creator of
Holy
every one of these
crap,
guys in
I
some way, shape, or
never
form.
Yeah.
Either he had to make the
think of it
condition
that way.
worse, outright create them,
Right.
or indirectly create them, like in the case of the
Inadvertently.
Joker. The Joker only fill a space because he went up F with the mob.
Right.
That's the reason Joker
Yeah,
exists.
Because you have that
Or
brilliant
you throw it back.
Batman,
Whatever.
the
Thank you.
Batman
Somebody else said
animated
it.
series.
Yeah.
You have that brilliant episode where the villains put Batman in court, basically.
Yes.
Right.
And they
I
were
can't
like,
recall
you
that.
are the reason
Yeah.
we
Right,
have this
thank you.
way.
That's the whole point.
I love that.
Everybody just tell Batman.
Right.
You know, we didn't have this
Yeah.
problem before.
Yeah, you got to call up Batman. You had to call up Batman. I had to still give Gotham a chance. A lot of friends of mine like Gotham. I'll admit, someone, Matthew, you have recommended it to me.
No, it's good. It's good. It's really.
I will
it's
give it a
good.
chance.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'll say, well, it's crap. And I'll leave.
Yeah.
But
You are
this
better man
explains
than
why
I.
I stick things
Well,
true.
I am charitable.
And this is what brings me back to the Inhumans. I didn't want to just hate it and say, okay, pilot was crap.
Right.
Because I've seen shows that had weak pilots
Star Trek.
and got really good. You know, Smallville was also start off weak
Yeah.
and got really good.
Right.
So no, Inhumans sucks. It feels like I'm watching something that was made in 1999
Right.
in 2017.
Wow.
The set
God
pieces
damn.
are awful.
Yeah.
Right.
The acting is wooden. The storyline is terrible.
Right.
And I totally agree with you guys. They should have just incorporated these characters into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
and we would have had something good.
Right. So let's do this one.
Because
I'm
Agent
sad.
of S.H.I.E.L.D. is
For
promoted in
understand,
months.
it was supposed
Yes.
to be again, right? So it have a little bit of shenanigans in terms of the internal politics. And for understand, Perlmutter had a thing with it.
Yes.
And Perlmutter was going to do this, and he kind of wanted to just, give his middle finger to Fox, say, well, we own X, we don't need X-Men.
Yeah.
The attitude. And it didn't really file through because Perlmutter is a little bit of a toxic dude.
Mm.
And
Right.
for understand, fine, he kind of jumped in and said, alright, we're not going to do it. And they still had to do it. So they kind of throw that bone and then finish it. That's why I feel it just get no resources. It got no time. It
You
just
could tell it has no money behind it.
it got no love,
Yeah,
essentially.
You can
It
tell.
essentially got no love. So yeah, this is the redheaded stepchild, unfortunately. Not
And
as bad
Ramsey Bolton is the only thing that works.
right. It's
Really
not as bad.
horrible.
For,
Yeah.
I watched.
Maximilian. He's
I watched
the
it-
only thing that works, and his reasons, like Voltaire, his
Right.
reasons for what he does
It's good.
seem valid.
Right.
Even though he's going about it in a terrible way.
Right, and well, okay, so I don't know how bad this could be. Is it as bad as Iron Fist TV series?
Iron Fist
I
is
don't
better.
think
Really?
Iron Fist is better.
Iron Fist
way.
is better.
Really?
This is better by
Really?
far.
Yeah.
By
Really?
Not saying
Yeah.
that Iron Fist is
By
real best,
far.
At
but
least,
by far.
Really?
at least Iron Fist
Alright.
visually.
Wow.
I would give Iron Fist points for visual.
Wow, guys, absolutely.
For visuals.
Yeah, no, honestly, not all the episodes suck on a visual
Okay,
level
okay.
for Iron Fist.
So I remember,
And that's
Iron
what
Fist
the
was
case.
a-
Like for a majority of them
Yeah,
episodes was
yeah.
just way off.
Iron Fist was
Like-
a-
Like I told Ricardo in when we talk about it afterwards because you reviewed it before me.
Yeah.
I actually used to watch this show like before I used to go to sleep. Like this used to lull me into sleep. Like this watch episode like yes, now feeling tired. Okay, now I can go and sleep. Thanks,
Just
Iron
stick with
Fist.
things
Wow.
real.
But with
I
Inhumans
dropped Luke
only
Cage
had
after
8
episode
episodes,
three.
I think.
One,
I don't
I
When
know
dropped-
Cut them out died, eh?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
dropped
yeah, I could understand where you
dropped
come
Iron
from.
Fist when early. I never finished it.
Yeah, and
I
Iron
watched like
Fist-
one
Iron
episode.
Fist-
I
I'm
watched
a
half.
little OCD. I have to
I watched
finish.
half.
That's my thing.
Me
You
too,
guys,
actually.
you guys always assume. Here's my thing. Yeah, because with you could drop it, but I understand where you're coming from. But my attitude is that look, I always tell people with enough movies, enough TV shows, I think our last 5 minutes could completely validate what you're watching.
Yeah, true.
In my opinion. So I just watch till the end. If the end F it up, then okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They have a couple things like that work in it. Like one of the things I like is that character who can predict scenarios. Is
Okay.
it Karaken or Kraken? He's played by this Asian actor from Night Shift.
Okay. Okay.
Is that would I like
Oh, I
how
know
they
you're
show
talking about
how
him,
he
yeah.
predicts scenarios. Like there's a scene where they come in to kill him, they come to assassinate him, and it looks like he's been killed, and you
Yeah.
see him step aside, and he's like, no,
Right, you
okay,
avoid it.
Oh, it's
I
like
can't
a
do
kind
it
of
like
Hannibal
that.
kind of thing.
Okay, that's
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
I need to do it like that. That actually works really
Yeah.
well,
You can
and
do
that
like a
character,
rover.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he has a whole fish out of water thing
Yeah.
being in Hawaii and trying to relate to
Yeah.
humans and stuff. But the other characters are very unlikable. Gorgon is also quite likable because he has a kind of soldier thing where he meets a bunch of other soldiers and he cares a lot. He doesn't want them to get killed by the Inhumans that hunting them. But the rest of the cast, the main cast, they're just this stuck-up royal family, and
They make
it's
the wrong
really
people
hard
the-
to like
the
them.
mains. Because
Yes.
I would watch a show around that guy.
Yes.
And they can
Right.
make it into a procedural, right?
Right.
So where even this is only scenarios that apply to him or
Okay.
other people. Because
Right.
I could see him like them doing an episodic thing where he
It's him and other people, I
Right,
think,
so,
because
you know,
he's been Black Bolt security, like protector.
you do a
Right.
procedural.
Because he's supposed to be
That's
able
how
to
you
tell
frame
him.
the whole
Yes,
thing.
because I think he did warn him that Maximilian was a danger, that he did
Right.
see that coming, that betrayal coming.
So that's how you frame it like something like Psych.
Right,
So you do
right,
like that.
yeah.
He is the focal point of the
Yes.
show.
Okay.
The other characters supporting.
Yeah,
And because he sound like he have the most interesting
yeah.
visually,
Right.
a power that they can
Yes.
use in a different way
Yes.
in every episode.
Yes.
Right.
Whereas with
With Black Bolt, you
Bolt,
can't,
and then
yeah.
they make the statement that they weren't going to have him speak
Yes.
for the series at all, not use his
And
powers.
it makes no sense. Like there's a scene where his wife, they've been separated,
Right.
right? And she's like, she calls him Okay, at least let me know you're alive. And he puts it up on his. You live on the moon. We live in a time of where we could see each other on a phone.
Right.
Why would you need to put this thing on your chest so you can hear your
That
heartbeat?
is retarded.
It's
Just
so
so your face time on
stupid.
me.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Right? And they actually, and to make it worse later, they compounded by showing you that she has a holographic
Whoa,
screen.
Right,
no, that's just bad.
Right? It's just
Okay.
bad writing,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
lazy,
yeah.
it's
Rough,
terrible.
Rough.
I'll
Right?
defend them. Where you want them to get the Wi-Fi password? I want them to get the Wi-Fi.
Jeez. Anyway, keeping with Marvel for a second, we have to. Well, we mentioned Iron Fist just now there, but we have to talk about the Defenders,
Right.
which I enjoyed it, even though I felt that they could have done more with the interactions and the characters.
Squandered opportunity.
Yes,
Yeah.
I felt that the hand spent too
Yeah.
much time
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about hand stuff.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it's just like,
No,
well,
wait.
we need the Iron Fist to do this.
Here's
It's
my
like, come
problem.
on,
Here's
come
my
on.
problem. How it is you can make magical ninjas boring?
I think we was quarreling about that since season
know?
2 of Daredevil.
Thank you.
Right.
How you just make magical ninjas boring? It's magical ninjas.
They just don't know what to do with magical ninjas, I'm sorry. And they had a
Magical
chance with
ninjas?
Iron Fist. Squatted it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you
Well,
make
let's
magical?
talk about this. I only watched half an episode.
Yeah.
You just why?
Okay, so
That's a what's like you what you were just bored by it? You just didn't care for
Yeah, I didn't care.
yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I have, my time is very valuable.
Right.
I
Alright,
have games
okay.
to play.
You know?
Yes.
I can't allow mediocre things to cut into my gaming time, right?
Right.
Alright, what I would say in a nutshell about the whole show, like I like it. I don't love it.
Right.
But I felt that because you was just hyping everybody up, like, alright, we're gonna get, all 4 of these characters together and it's gonna be awesome. It's like the Avengers, like you're building us up to that.
Right.
And then you just get another basic Marvel Netflix show. It's just
Right.
it's just a basic ordinary show.
Right.
Just with
It wasn't even basic,
Yeah.
it was less than basic.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
You
like
got to compare
I've seen this before.
to
Yeah.
Daredevil.
Yeah, this could have been
Compare
much
it to
better.
everything that came before, with the exception of Iron Fist.
Mhm.
It is on equal par of Iron Fist for me, the Defenders.
Yeah, I think so.
Right? Because I personally, Jessica Jones is my number 1, Daredevil is my number
Alright.
2,
Okay.
and Luke Cage is my number 3.
Right.
Cool.
I would put Defenders with a tie with Iron Fist in terms of quality.
Right.
One of my biggest things with Iron Fist though is how could you be one of the world's greatest fighters or whatever and you can't fight
Daredevil
no
kicked
way.
his
everybody
ass.
deals with you.
Daredevil kicked his
Yeah,
ass.
I don't understand.
No,
that.
I absolutely hated that because that's the big look. I don't expect Iron Fist to have some brilliant story.
Mhm.
I expect the choreography to be brilliant.
Yeah, me too.
And they just had one
the fight
scene
scenes, the fight
that I
scenes.
kinda like maybe I ain't sure still when they had the drunken master fight.
Right.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. And that is a big maybe because it still wasn't all that.
Yeah,
What I
it's
hate
not
about Iron Fist is like just the character of Iron Fist and the whole just a whiny asshole. Like,
Everybody hates Iron Fist.
Yeah. Right? And going around telling people you are the immortal Iron Fist. How is
Right.
that making you likable?
Right.
Mhm.
Right, here what they had to do, right? No, in my opinion, I didn't hate Defenders, had its moments. It was okay.
Mhm.
Here they had to, this is what I straight up say, in my opinion, straight up scrap Iron Fist season 2 and straight up scrap Luke Cage season 2.
And
And
just
go
say Hero
straight to
Fire.
Hero for thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go straight to that
Yeah,
because
that
they
makes
had
sense.
they had decent chemistry.
Yes.
You need Luke Cage to keep Iron Fist and his douchiness and
Right.
shit.
Yes.
Thank you. And I thought they
Yes.
had great chemistry with each other. They were good.
Yeah.
They were bouncing off each other quite well. And I was like, alright. And I know they're going to do the Daredevil classic season with season 3.
Yeah.
I enjoyed kind of like that. Oh, by the way, Punisher is going awesome. By the way, it's pretty
Oh
good.
yeah.
Alright.
That's
They're doing the thing that they should have done in season 2 with Daredevil.
Spoiler alert.
No, and I say
But don't worry, we will be reviewing Punisher next week.
right. They're doing the thing that they should have done. They do it with the season. I actually really like that.
Yeah, I gave it like an 8 out of 10.
That's pretty high. Yeah, I
pretty,
really like
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah.
What I felt too with oh, my train of thought. I kind of lost my train of thought. Oh, with Danny Rand, that character in the comics to me has always kind of equated Oliver Queen.
Right.
And if
yeah.
they had given us a more of the way Stephen Amell plays Oliver Queen,
Right, that's a
Danny
very
Rand
good
would be
point, yeah.
much more likable.
Right.
Well, I give it
Well, I
a
don't
right to
know.
remember in Danny Rand's
Well,
name.
I know.
Danny Rand.
We
No,
just need
here's the
Iron
thing.
Fist, Iron Fist, Iron Fist.
Growing up, I
Right.
read a lot of
Fully,
the
like,
early darker comics. My
Right.
heroes were Punisher, Moon Knight.
Right.
With
Well,
With Disney getting back their characters, I doubt I'll ever get a Moon Knight
For
TV
real.
series.
Had to do
But
Moon Knight R-rated.
You
Yeah.
have to.
Because you
Moon
have to
Knight
get
is like
into
on the
that
level
mental
of
health.
Punisher.
Yeah, you had to get to
Right?
that mental health thing
And
with
Heroes
them.
for Hire, all these things I grew up reading, Cloak and Dagger, the
Right.
real dark underbelly New York stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So when they said they were bringing Iron Fist, I was really excited because I grew up reading Power Man and Iron Fist,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And what I got was this bland, blonde, rich boy who just,
I don't know.
oh my god! And I would have been okay with it if his behavior lasted maybe 1 or 2 episodes.
Right.
To drag that straight through to the Defenders, where you are still
Yeah.
going around telling people, I'm the immortal Iron Fist.
Yeah.
You're
And I
a
must get back to
jackass.
Kunlun.
Yeah.
Right?
What's
Kunlun.
like the number one thing is think of when you think of like monks training in where's think about like
Like you
one
be
of the
humble,
fundamental
like you be humble.
military discipline.
Yes.
And he had
A kind
none
of
those things. All
stoicness
he had
about
was
you.
the Iron
Yeah.
Fist.
You grew up with these people. Why is your behavior like that?
Oh, as y'all mentioned monks and stuff, I should have seen this as an early red flag in the first episode.
Right.
No flashback scenes, no
Come
Kung
on.
Fu the Legend S
No,
scenes with
no.
monks training them.
No.
Could I have just like a couple of them? Just ask
But I
him.
like that they bring Arrow into it because you see like Arrow season 1 where it was like him coming back and had the flashbacks. That was
Yes.
the perfect thing to
Yes.
do for Arrow.
Exactly.
It's like,
Yeah.
have him
And I'm
come
saying
back,
overdo
show
the
those-
show us
flashbacks,
the
but at least
training.
show
Yes.
his
Yes.
development as a character.
So yes.
Yeah.
And to have, you know what? The biggest problem was they tried to make it another Jessica Jones, another Luke Cage,
Right.
another Daredevil. Those characters can be grounded in reality because for the most they are quote unquote human.
Yeah.
Right.
You trained with ninja magic monk
kill
people.
After you
And
play
you
the
kill
Crash
a
song,
dragon to get a flaming fist of fire. Embrace that shit. Embrace it. Go the crazy campy route and
Right.
it could have worked.
Yeah.
So seeing that you read a lot of Iron Fist,
Mm.
is his fist powered like a power bar or something?
No.
So why does he
No.
only use it for like 5
Right?
seconds?
It is his chi energy or
But he's
ki, whatever
sarcastic.
you want to call it. And he is at a level where he can call on that thing. He's not the greatest fighter in the world. That title goes to another Asian character. But he is damn close.
Right.
And this is a character who acts like if his AAA battery is running out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he simply cannot fight.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? It really
Yeah.
doesn't
That's
work
one of the
like
biggest
that.
failures of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this whole to focus it's not like it just fight and it's on fire. You
And we
know?
had to wait like what, episode 4 or 5
To see it.
for him just to punch a man through a
Yeah.
door.
Yes.
That's it.
Or to punch
Near
a
the
door.
end of
I
the
think
episode,
it
mind
was.
you. Near the end of the
Yeah,
episode.
to punch. Actually, it was just a punch through a door, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it was that. Yeah.
Sad.
Sad.
Yeah.
I would
Anyway.
say that at first I did enjoy like the game of that style.
Right.
You
Yes.
have to like
'Cause
go
that-
through the
yes.
trials.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that is actually from the comics where he had to go up against these deadly
that's why it was
people.
better
Like,
than
yeah.
That reminded me of Samurai X from long time.
You know?
Oh, yeah, with the Shishio thing,
Yeah.
yeah. Shishio
Jupiter
arc.
Katana.
Yeah.
Scene.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Marvel took some L's with the TV front,
So
but
Inhumans, shit, right?
Yes.
yeah,
We
but
could move
DC
on.
on the
Yeah.
other hand, folks,
For
came
TV.
back. Yeah.
Yes. Alright, so
Um,
we complained about season 3 Flash.
Yeah.
I got straight up say it. Season 4 Flash fucking awesome.
Yes, it is.
Yes, I am enjoying
Yes,
it.
it
Season
is.
4 Flash.
It is embracing its silliness.
Or I can tell Stephanie that season 4 of Flash is good, so we
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
start
well,
back
It's
watching
embracing its
Barry
silliness.
is
It's
back.
fun.
Here's why
Yes.
here's why it
Yeah.
works, because of elongated man is coming.
Yes.
And he looks like him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the chin,
Yeah,
everything.
like-
And it's great stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, the guy is like they get Jim Carrey from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It totally works. He has fantastic chemistry with Grant Gustin.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
he
it like
does.
all of that, I mean, funny, it working, flowing,
And
making
his
Funny without
comedic
being
timing
annoying, that's
what I
is
love.
Yeah, yeah.
sharp.
Yeah.
decision of
Yes.
making the season because
Ah.
I might be watching every episode,
Yes.
but I'm keeping up with the show, so
Right.
I know they ship off Wally, and
Right.
I was like, yes,
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
right, good.
You know
But
what?
I can't
If
so what-
they
Yeah,
came
Wally,
back,
yeah, Wally didn't fit.
they came back, they listened to what the fans had to say, and they say, okay, we need to get back to fun, Barry.
Right.
We need to
Yeah.
we need to trim some of the fat off of this cast.
Right.
We need to tighten things up, and
Right.
they've done it.
Alright,
Yeah.
so here's the thing. So I like to consider myself prescient because I have a big ego, and I said this season, well, almost everyone else predicted this season, no evil speedster.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Lovely.
That's the best part.
Lovely,
The
but they did the thing that I wanted them to do, which is get a smart guy and have a plan with a bunch of other rogues.
Yeah.
That's what they exactly did.
Mhm.
And they called the thing that I wanted them to do, which is Council of Wells.
Yeah.
They did the Council of
I
Wells
watched
thing.
that today right before I
That
came
was
in.
yes,
That
fun.
was
haven't-
Love it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Here's
so
the
I don't
thing.
have to watch
Whole
it.
of season 5 need to be about that. Sorry, that's what it needs to do. Whatever. Yeah, I love it in DC TV right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Legends of Tomorrow. I love season
Yeah. Still the
Love
best
season
out of all
2.
four.
Love it season 3 as well. Even Supergirl getting better.
Supergirl,
Yeah.
it has been
It's
solid
still good.
this
Season
season.
two.
Very emotional, I must say. That's
Right,
all.
now, yes, they
Yeah.
did the thing that I kind of wanted them to do. Now, yeah, okay, so it's like social political thing. They brought in Maggie Sawyer. Now, what they did, Maggie Sawyer and a character called Renee Montoya is both lesbian characters in the comics. Good? Cool. They kind of mixed them. So it's a Hispanic Maggie Sawyer, right? Because Renee Montoya is Hispanic. Cool, whatever. No, I didn't mind if they just bring him. The big problem I had was it felt a little contrived having Alex be a gay character. Well, I think she's bisexual. Whatever. I'm not sure too clear what they do with that. Whatever. That was a mistake, having them in a relationship. Right? If it was up to me, I'd have kept Maggie straight and keep Montoya, but
Keep Alex.
no,
Alex
keep her.
straight and
Alex
keep
straight.
Maggie.
Keep Maggie in the story. Because Maggie is good by herself.
Right.
Right? But the whole relationship thing, and they were about to get married, and then they break up because they one wanted to have children. Didn't
Yeah.
work. Bad writing.
It really dragged the
Yeah, it
episode.
didn't work. It dragged the episodes. It fell flat. And it's not nothing to do with me being anti-LGBT because I was saying it from the start. Look, the problem with the character, with Alex being gay is not so much gay, is that all of a sudden she have these big set of emotions over
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And like,
It
you're
felt
supposed to-
rushed. It was rushed.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're supposed to suss this out when you're in your 20s or whatever.
Yeah.
And that people who's like fighting me over like, no, that people in the 30s who still struggling. And I was like, yeah, maybe, but this character was sold as a strong character.
Yeah.
And
So-
you also, they do, what I totally agree with you, what you're saying with the age, because she
Yeah.
does mention liking a girl when she was a teenager.
Thank you.
And not knowing how to deal with it. So
Right.
you introducing this to us, but you're never giving us hints of that aspect of
Yeah.
Alex's character. It did feel
Like
tapped
no
on.
experimenting
Yeah.
for your whole
Yes.
life.
Yeah, that's why I study it. It's like
Yeah.
by the time you're done college, you're supposed to sort out. Look,
Yeah.
I live in the 21st century. That's how things should be. Whatever. Other than that,
But just before I forget, there was one particular episode I remember, right, where they bring up the whole baby thing, right?
right.
Big argument about it, and it wasn't sure if they were gonna split up or anything like that.
Right.
Then they cut to the Supergirl stuff, thing
Right.
going good.
Yeah.
And then they just cut to this random scene with them to get in bed and they're playing this love song, and then they get up and they have the song playing on the radio and they're singing, and it's
They
like,
had to fill up
but
40
this
minutes.
don't work.
They had to fill up
Trev.
40
Yeah,
minutes.
the whole
And then
thing
just
felt,
end sad with
And then they
felt
did,
like
they did the
filler.
episode with Maggie's dad. Again,
Yes.
I get the logic of it,
Me too.
But did not
yeah,
work out
it
at all.
didn't end.
and they should have write that a little better. Whatever.
Yeah.
Maggie's out of the show. I know because the actress had some other stuff to do. I don't know what they're going to do with Alex. Alex is still okay character, and they did an episode where they did a flashback,
Yeah.
which basically felt like Rule 63 Smallville episode.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
It's a really strong episode.
here's a really
It
good
was,
episode. I
it
really
was.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, what cracked me up, Chloe exists in this universe. Here's a
Yes,
Yes.
I love that.
But you see,
Yeah,
that,
which is
that
very
introduces a very
Yeah.
weird.
No, wait.
Is it their version?
No.
of Chloe?
It's not
No.
Smallville. It's their version of
It's
Chloe.
their version,
There
yes.
is a Chloe.
Okay.
It can be because we know there's a bunch of inconsistencies with
No,
Jimmy.
but that
and-
works, right? Because
Right.
the after Chloe was such a hit on Smallville,
Right.
they introduced her into
So-
the comics. So,
Yes.
you know.
Alright, so real world news now.
Yeah, about Chloe.
Now I study it. Oh my god, that blow my mind when I
Yeah,
read
mine
that
too,
news. I'm
boy.
like,
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's this strange
okay,
thing, eh?
all these celebrities, Weinstein and whatever, all of that makes sense, kinda.
Yeah.
It grows, it discusses, it needs to be taken out and blah blah blah.
But Allison,
But Alison back.
What?
no, but here's the thing too, right? Just recently, I watched Michael Rosenbaum podcast,
Right.
with
Right.
Tom Welling,
Right.
and like they was talking about, we need to get more of the cast on here, and they
Right.
call Allison Mack,
Well,
name,
word.
and there's like, we need to get Allison.
No, okay, so okay, so
she was on my radar. when
Right,
I was thinking
right.
about
No, here,
her.
so here I was studying. I don't know what she do was exactly illegal. It's unclear. Like what she do, because I get the feeling more like a coercion kind of vibe, not
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
outright violence or anything like that. So I don't get what she do was illegal. Because Christian Kirk was part of it apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at
Right,
one point.
right. So I was like,
Yeah, sure, but she was part. I don't think she was like at Allison level.
right. No, Alison is
Right.
no. That's what makes it more disturbing. It's like you think, oh, Alison Mack was part of a sketch scout. No.
She was like vice president. or
She,
something.
yeah, she running
Yeah.
the damn thing.
Yeah.
What? Whatever. So I thinking they had to do something with that, and I was saying, wait. who they got reference now with respect to Chloe in the story? I get the feeling that she was going to get a bit partner.
Yeah.
But freaking Erica Durant's in the show though.
Yeah.
She played the mother.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
alright, well, what they gonna do now? Like, well, word. That was, that's still blowing my mind right now. It's like, dread is serious with this. That's hard. Well, but they go get Chloe, hopefully. I thought Chloe was a fantastic audition to score, but she was on the level of Harley Quinn and Mercy in terms of you invent something for a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the World Killer? The introduction of this character
Right,
played
so,
by Uda Kisman.
what call she?
Forgetting characters name
I
too.
can't remember the name of the show, but I know her real name.
Rain.
Rain.
Yes, Rain.
Rain.
Right, so I knew by the time they revealed that in the finale for last time, I like, alright, cool.
Right.
They're bringing in Rain. I saw that and I was like, alright, this is Rain, clearly. And Rain is like a mix between Bizarro, but sad, kind of doomsday, a little bit, a little
I got the
hodgepodge.
doomsday vibe on
Right, a
that
little bit.
too, yeah.
And I don't know what they're going to do with it.
I kind of like that they're giving us somebody though that is not just landed on the earth and is evil. This is a character who's going to struggle.
I would like to see what they're going to do with it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, they did Doomsday in Smallville, and I thought it sucked. He's like a paramedic or something.
I don't even remember him being
I
in
like
that
Sam
show.
Witwer though.
No, he's a
Is
good-
that
yeah.
Witwer?
He's a good actor, whatever, but I just thought that sucked, and I get the feeling that this might happen again. And well, we saw the spoiled costume. I saw the spoiled costume. It look okay. She's not anything like Rain in the comic, whatever, but she's just basically evil Supergirl. And I didn't really know where they're going with this. Here's the thing. So for me, I have about my TV bay right now is Lena Luthor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely love she.
Yeah.
I really hope they keep her. On.
I love what they're doing with
I
her
don't
character.
want her to be evil.
Me
That
too.
pisses me off.
Yeah.
So they'll keep that. So I don't know. Smallville I enjoyed it. Sorry, Supergirl. I enjoyed
Supergirl.
it. Yeah,
That's why I feel they made. I feel it will have to be the daughter inadvertently dying because
Oh, crap.
Supergirl can't save her.
Alright, what cracked me up is that the daughter is basically a crisis actor because she showed up in 2 disaster events. The Supergirl
Yes.
save.
Yeah, boy.
And she's the worst actress.
Is
Sorry,
she-
that's
I
the-
know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
She's just trying so
yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Well.
And the whole walking in to get yourself killed to hope somebody
was
saves
Yeah,
you
dumb.
is
Hated
stupid.
that.
So
Yeah, I hated
Hated
that.
it.
she's
Yeah.
too old to be thinking like that. That's
Yeah.
the problem. If she was younger,
Right.
that kind of thought process would work. I don't see
Yeah. Yeah,
a
okay.
teenage kid
She's too big
thinking
for
that.
that.
stupidly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, she's too big for
So,
that. She's too big for that.
yeah.
Right.
I don't like the whole daughter aspect of it,
Right.
but whatever. We'll see
Right.
what they
Yeah.
do with it.
And
My
I'm
favorite
a
shows
single
really-
mom, blah blah
Well, if
blah.
I like
kinda.
quiet,
I because you know
out
what?
of the
You know-
four,
you know
I
what-
pick one
Yeah.
nice flash, that's why I just want.
That's
Um,
okay. But you should
No,
watch
no,
Legends.
my-
Legends. I
well,
recommend Legends.
yeah.
My favorite
Legends.
really is
Legends
Flash
is
and
good.
Arrow. I watch Legends. I like Legends to a point. But the fact that they're usually responsible for the disasters they're
That would
trying
make it hard.
to fix,
That's what
Make
makes
it
it
hard,
funny
make
at
it
the
hard.
same time.
it irks me,
They're so
right?
brutish.
It's difficult for me to enjoy when they're the ones like, okay, we're gonna fix this. Oops,
Yeah, that is so
crap.
It's so brutish.
There's no experts on that.
That's the whole point, by the way, right? No,
So,
no,
like,
yeah.
it is valid. The
They
show is-
drive me a little nuts
No, the
with
show is
that.
validated
though,
dotishness later. It's taking dotish and it's like, alright, this is real dumb. And then later it's like, alright,
Yeah.
that kind of makes sense and it kind of dread.
Yeah.
It could have, like what they do in Yellow Flash last season was
Yeah.
big perfect. So I was like,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
how come
yeah.
Yellow Flash don't kill them?
Yeah.
Like why that was so
Yes,
easy?
yeah.
And then they explain that shit so perfect. I'm like, alright, I like this, love it.
Yeah. On the subject of Legends, though, Damian Dark's return.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the use of Mark Morrison's
Yes.
return of the Mark.
Yes, hard. Hard. Love
How
to
they
see.
actually pull that off
Yeah.
though in a DC
Yeah.
show is beyond me, but it works.
Yeah.
But last but not least, we have to talk about Arrow. I
Right.
know that's not your favorite show.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
okay, so here's why I don't like Arrow. I probably said it before. Arrow is crappy Batman.
Well,
Aw.
Nah, I always saw the same thing. I always saw the same
He's
thing.
okay. He's Batman. He's crappy Batman with a sanctimonious left-wing opinion. That's what he is. Sorry.
Yeah.
you have failed the city.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
Yeah,
but-
anytime I put my
I'm an
video-
old lefty. He's an old lefty. He say so.
Yeah.
I'm an
Yeah.
old lefty.
but in this season here, they're doing something pretty interesting with
Right.
John Diggle.
Right.
So he is now the new Arrow.
Right.
Alright, I kind of accept it at the moment. Like I was worried that okay, we're gonna have Oliver just be stuck up, just be around his son for the majority of time, or trying to start back this relationship with Felicity, or doing his mayor stuff, and he's not gonna get down and dirty and do some action stuff now.
Right.
But with the last couple of episodes involving Deathstroke, who
Right.
came back. he actually does something, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I have a feeling that
Right, so-
eventually Oliver will become Arrow
I
again.
heard, right,
He has
something.
to.
I heard
He
some
has
very,
to.
very unfortunate and disturbing news. So, okay, so
About Arrow?
well, not Arrow, but the entire DCTV thing. So, as part of the shenanigans that went down with all of these celebrities getting caught, apparently Andrew Kreisberg himself
Yeah, I heard that.
has been in the thing. And what I heard, which is, again, this makes things so much goddamn worse. Andrew Kreisberg was apparently involved in punishing any actor or anybody who was involved in trying to talking out about it.
Wow.
And
Like
so I-
wrestling and like kayfabe. I think it's
a little,
called, yeah.
a little
Kind
bit,
of.
but much worse. I mean, it's not Vince McMahon bad. This is much, much worse and much more insidious. From what I understand, he's kind of that was kind of because of Felicity. Remember Felicity?
Lord. Yeah,
Yeah.
which
So
spoiled
one of the
which
actress who
ruined
played
season
Felicity
4
Smoke
of Arrow.
was probably the first in line to say, "Look, we can't stand this," and she got punished for that.
Yeah.
And I heard that was the reason for that. I was like, ugh, yeah, that really, really makes this like really ugly and disgusting.
Yeah.
All right, well, I mean, I know the shows won't suffer for this. I can't understand. I can't understand. He's just out.
I know
But
some people who like Felicity, but I don't
I hate Felicity. That whole arc was nonsense.
Yeah.
But if I understand, it was intentional.
know. At all.
It
Yeah.
was like intentional, like to tear down
Right.
the actress on.
But on the subject of that, they have more or less restarted the relationship. It's not like at the forefront of the show, though, which
Right.
is
I
good.
think that's why it works right now because they're not making a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
It's like we have
Um,
Oliver's son here, so it's like she's a
here's the
caretaker
thing,
now.
though.
You know.
I feel when you introduce a child or somebody has a child into the storyline, things start to fall apart.
Wait, that kid can't
I-
act for shit, though.
Right.
My God.
I don't care about William.
Tell me how
Yeah.
you really feel,
I'm-
Matthew.
I don't care about William. I don't see the point in introducing the fact that Oliver has a child. Yes, in the comics,
Right.
he does. I think it's 2 actually, and one is a product of cheating on Black Canary.
Right.
But we wouldn't get into that.
Yeah.
I don't see what's the point. I think you could have made Oliver stop being Green Arrow for a while without introducing a child.
Yeah.
And on top of that, compounding it by killing off the mother character, so you have nowhere to send this child
And,
off
and
to.
how they do
Right.
it, because look at how season 5 ended on that cliffhanger, which I felt the way how they resolved it
I
was
like that
so
villain, Noah.
underwhelming, though.
I did
So
like the
underwhelming.
villain, but it
Last
was
season, yeah. Last
I
season.
Yeah,
did-
there's
yeah.
like so much more people were supposed to die there, and it's just,
Yeah.
well, roughly one person,
One and
or one or
1.5?
two.
1.5 if
1.5, that's all you'll
whatever
see.
they're doing with the
Yeah.
sister character.
With
Right.
with
And we have Diggle
Laura.
having trauma to his shoulder.
Right.
Yeah,
And
so
we
the
don't know
affecting the way
exactly
how
how
he
he
shoots and how he
can't
has a
shoot a gun
crossbow,
properly.
but he's still
I
having
think
trouble.
it's really weird though that a character like John Diggle can't shoot with both hands.
Right.
Because,
Well,
Yeah.
but
You're a
I wouldn't
bodyguard,
get
bro.
into
As
that.
they pointed out.
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah, but back to William though. You're right though. Like this is one scene, well, like a subplot actually in one of the earlier episodes,
Right.
whereas he have some exam he had to prepare for. He has
Yeah.
some maths he had to do. I don't like maths. So now Felicity have to come in and tell him about how maths is so great and everything.
Yeah,
and then Oliver had to come and say, well, I didn't really used to like maths. It's like, this is what you'd stop the show to tell us?
Yes.
I didn't really like maths when I was growing up. Like, what?
With Arrow, there are a couple. Okay, so the only reason I'm going to watch Arrow is because of the crossover.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Crisis on
I
Earth
watched
X.
Arrow
Oh,
right
the
now.
reason-
Which is a 2-night
And
affair, by the way.
I'm
2
gonna catch
nights.
up. I'm gonna try to catch up with Summer Arrow, just to at least have
Yeah.
some of the stuff make a little sense of it. The thing I kind of cared about was Mr. Terrific character.
Yeah.
He's hella annoying at first when I see him.
Yeah.
And I kind of hate
Yeah.
the fact they made him gay, but whatever. It's like fine.
And it have
And they kinda throw that out, by the way.
in Star City, right? Because
Right.
Well, Flash
who else
physics.
gonna braid his hair so fast?
That right.
Oh
And
my
Yeah.
god.
that my study though is like okay, so but he's supposed to be one of the smartest quote unquote humans in DC universe. He's like top 5.
Yeah.
He's like him, Toyman, Lex Luthor, Batman.
Right.
Them two.
Right now, him and Felicity starting this really, friendship.
Okay.
They want to start some business together,
Yeah.
some kind of thing.
Right, but so I want to see what they will do with it. Watch your text. Your text gonna be pretty decent. I hope.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can move on from the.
All right.
DC
So
stuff.
so now we're gonna get back to a couple more movies.
Mhm.
Last of which we're gonna do
A full
sort
review.
of spoiler-free / spoiler review.
Well,
Well, I know we're
spoilerish.
gonna mention spoilers in it anyway. All right. So this.
Spoilers.
Well,
Free section and then a spoiler.
Right.
section.
Yeah, I think we should do that. Yeah. Right. So this is a tricky one by Thor Ragnarok.
Right.
Like for me, there's lots of things that I love about it. The
Right.
visuals, yes, it is the best of the Thor trilogy, hands down. I love how fun it was. But like,
I remember your Facebook point. This is the best MCU film with the name toilet.
yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but for me though, this is what you call a kitchen sink movie. This is where
Yeah.
they throw literally everything at
Yeah.
you, including the kitchen sink.
Right.
And this one, you could tell that is like all or nothing. This have to work. If this don't work, then
Yeah.
we have failed.
Thor up.
Yeah, so let's
Yeah.
just throw everything. Let's bring back Thor. Sorry, what's saying Thor? My bad. Let's bring back Hulk. Let's
Yeah.
explain that, and let's rush everything, which
Right.
is my problem with it.
Mhm.
Let's kind of tie up everything because
Fast.
Infinity War is next year.
Yeah.
So let's just do that. But overall, I had a blast with this. But in terms of ranking, this is number 4 for me.
Right.
Still enjoy the show, don't get me wrong though, but maybe I just need to watch it a few more times to really get into it. But I felt that as far as Thor movies go, yeah, this is the best, but that's just saying a lot.
Yeah, this is my number 4 as well. I put it a little above Guardians.
Alright.
A lot of fun with this. Funny.
Mhm.
Very funny.
Very funny. Very funny.
So okay, again, me with the massive ego. I have my Captain Hindsight attitude towards the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I thought Marvel Cinematic Universe was going great until Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Age of Ultron for me was a huge mistake.
Mhm.
And in my opinion, what they could have done with Age of Ultron was have some bigger stakes, i.e., kill a main character,
Mhm.
and that main character should have been Thor. And then what you do is you throw him in the underworld, hell,
Mhm.
and that's how you introduce Hela.
Mhm.
And he would have probably meet the father down there, and I would have tell the story differently. But they did it their own way. They had it where the arc plays itself out similarly, where he gets exiled, he gets thrown out, he gets sent to this, and then he have to build himself back up to the story. And a lot of it worked for the most part. Now, I didn't like the beats because in terms of the world building beats, I didn't like it. Mostly because they didn't do it the way I wanted it. Me on the internet, I'll go and type in all caps in some forum. However, they did a thing I absolutely really appreciated in this film, which is, again, to get into political, like a lot of this stuff is like really social political stuff. There's a ton of like new colonialism subtext in this. Holy shit! A ton of colonialism stuff in this. I'm like, what? They're talking about this. And it's like, well, this country, they try to hide up their history and Odin try to sell this.
Yeah.
And like, this is real history thing. And like, well, I'm going to show you the real power and this way. I'm going to conquer everything. I'm like, well, would. And then Thor had to come to terms with that. And Loki had to come to terms with that. It's like,
Yeah.
alright, well, Odin was my father, but we were still kind of a shitty person historically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they did that. And then Odin was telling them, look, they got our hammers. This is what you have to do. And they
Yeah.
make the arc
I love
work.
that line, by the way.
Yeah,
me
and they
too.
make the arc work. And I was like, alright, well, it had shit I didn't like. And much like with Guardians, thematically, very strong.
Mhm.
But narratively, didn't really time to get it right. But you
Yeah.
can tell it a lot get chopped out. So, from what I understand, they had Valkyrie as bi. And they also showed that.
Serious.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
they cut that shit out.
there was an article about that.
Yeah, they cut that shit out.
scene
Yeah.
where a woman walk out from her bedroom.
Right.
Yeah, and they said
But
they
yeah.
said they cut
They
it
cut that
for
for
time.
time.
Yeah.
time.
No, but
Uh-huh.
if it's not if it's for time, I could understand that because they just cut
No, but
it.
it's, I just think they said they cut it for time.
Well,
It had
okay,
other
so-
things
Yeah,
they
but
could have
that's
cut.
no, but
like
okay,
a
no, no,
10-second
It
scene.
had other
that's
things they
so,
could have cut
yeah.
for time if they really want
Right,
to,
but
like,
here's the thing.
have
Taika
the
Waititi
LGBT
is a guy who I don't think would have cut something like that. I get the feeling. So it's possible that the studio interfere, maybe.
Yeah.
But her arc, which they try to keep with the colonialism arc now, which is she get disheveled with Asgard,
Mhm.
and she was basically left to die, and she comrades failed, and then they
A soldier without a country.
right.
kind of thing,
I thought that was the arc,
Yeah.
not the whole
Yeah.
bike thing. The bike thing is side.
Yeah.
Who cares about that? This is the arc, and they made that work. And yeah, I thought a lot of that worked. So if you like a ex-soldier or somebody like that
Yeah.
who come back from Iraq or something like that, you kind of see
Yeah.
where they was coming from with this now. And a lot of that worked. And so I was like, and then they had the garbage planet. By the way, the garbage planet is totally New Zealand. Totally. Where the director comes from.
Because he
Yeah.
want to do the Kiwi accent for
They do
for
for Korg,
Yeah.
right? And then they did the whole thing of the furthest planet away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, no shit. And then, of course, Jeff Goldblum was pretty goddamn awesome.
Of
Jeff
course,
Goldblum.
Yeah.
Visuals was awesome. Action was great. Funny. They made it work. Characterization was great.
Hulk.
Okay, so here's the thing. Chris Hemsworth has surprisingly good chemistry with almost everybody in the film.
Yeah.
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 Everybody. Him and Loki, great. Him and Hulk, great. Him and
Hulk.
Banner,
Yeah.
Him and
Yeah.
Banner was great, and then him and Valkyrie was
Yeah.
great. And then they pulled together everything. They made it work. A couple of acts didn't work. Like I thought, what do they call him? Scourge. Dread.
Scourge.
Carl
Burns,
Burns,
Scourge,
right?
yeah.
Scourge.
Yeah.
Act didn't really work. I thought they could have done a little better. I get what they're trying to go
Well,
for.
yeah, there was
Yeah.
because they was on screen together, or they have.
Right.
I think it's Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, somebody actually put that up and I shared it on my
Right.
Facebook. Yeah.
Right. And what I thought they could have done, if it's anything to make the story a little darker, they could have him actually execute the person who's supposed to execute. Like have him do it and like holy shit, like really feel guilty about something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Idris Elba, awesome.
Yeah.
Black Jesus, look great. Right, look great.
Yeah,
Love
but
it.
it's like they just kind of threw him in. It's like, hey, remember him?
But they had to give him
Kinda-
something to do because he
Yeah.
really didn't know things I hated. Where was Lady Syphilis?
Yeah, nowhere
They
to be
had
found.
an
Like a white-
explanation.
you had some explanation,
Yeah, they
yeah.
had an explanation,
Right.
but
So
I can't
she-
remember.
so-
Is she going to show up in Infinity War? Right.
And the Kill of the Warriors.
And they kill off the
so
war too
easy,
easy.
like
Yeah,
I hated
too
that.
easy.
I find they could have
But-
make an epic scene with that. And
Yeah.
they didn't have to acknowledge them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought they have a little funeral or something.
Okay, so like
Yeah,
when
we
I
talked
talk
about
about
that,
it,
yeah.
that is when I would get into like my biggest problem.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had issues. Still number 4, a little better than Guardians. It had stuff I really loved in this. And yes, this is the best Thor movie. And it had some hilariously awesome moments in this. Like, okay, the opening with him versus Surtur.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thought that totally worked. It's funny. They stopped the, again, you know what you call stopping the action for the humor.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of worked with him spinning on the chain. But it totally worked. Loki was great. Jeff Goldblum was great. And I had fun for the most part. But yeah, it had its problems. But because, you sacrifice a little bit of coherency for team, guys, where you get the feeling James Gunn and Taika Waititi kind of had the same.
Right.
They could tell they share notes.
I have to say,
in
I
that
love
sense.
the post-credit scene with Goldblum's line. That's
Yes.
just a tie.
Yeah, love it.
I just thought that
I
was
know
brilliant.
that's a big part of that whole colonialism
Yes.
thing, because a lot of
It's a tie,
insidious
yes.
shit is going on
Yes.
when it comes to like you're taking over a country,
Yes.
and all of a sudden the narrative switch in your head,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it'll totally undermine the country economically, historically. Like you can find so many examples, South America, Africa, you can find that shit, and yeah, he hit on that now. So
Yeah.
I could see this movie doing really well in like the third world and global South type markets. That's where they went with it. Like I get a feeling Marvel, they know this shit. Sorry, Disney know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They woke.
They woke, right? They woke.
Yeah,
They know
exactly.
their market, so it work.
Yeah. Timothy Ali was in the background, so let's share it. Yeah. Feel free to share your thoughts on
With Thor,
Ragnarok.
I enjoy Thor. Probably the best thing about me is that he doesn't have blonde eyebrows and blonde everything.
Right.
You know, like from the first and second ones.
Right.
So he actually was easier to look at on screen.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you all pick up on that.
I never
No,
looked at
I
it.
never-
My big problem,
Yeah.
my big problem with the first
It looks
Thor,
weird.
right? No, my big problem with the first Thor was he wasn't Blake crippled. Like that should
Yeah,
have been the
Donald
arc.
Blake, yeah.
Yeah.
Because my problem was that he lose all his powers, but he's still hunky beefcake.
Yeah, and
I hated that.
And then
For the first
But
one.
we got the
Create-
umbrella in this
No, but
one.
then now
Right,
we
you know.
create like a narrative inconsistency between the Thor films. Because
Right.
remember now the hammer mash up.
That's
but
another- okay.
they bring it.
That's
they bring
another
it.
thing
Okay, but he didn't lose his abilities when the
I
hammer
hated,
mashed
I
up.
hated that in this movie as
Yeah.
But
well.
if I go back to the first film,
You get the hammer?
Yeah.
when he had to regain the use of the hammer to
Hammer,
get back
yes.
his powers, he was
Yes.
a human.
Yes.
So why
So
not
that's
just
some
put
inconsistencies.
the full thing and make
I
him
agree.
durably crippled?
Right,
Yeah,
I agree with that. I had a big problem with the whole him not getting back the hammer in this.
Yeah.
Like I find the hammer should have fallen back.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
don't
Could
know
it
too.
be
then he had a big
argued
ass
that-
kicking scene.
Could it be
Yeah.
argued though that him thinking that his power is so tied to that hammer that in losing the hammer in the first one, he just assumed he had no power?
No, but again, the destroyer kill him. So it wasn't a psychological thing.
Exactly.
It was a
Right.
physical
Right.
thing.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
He didn't
yeah,
have
right.
his abilities.
Right.
It was locked away in the hammer.
Right.
But then now you come and you change that narrative in
Right.
Ragnarok.
I see what you're saying.
It
yes.
could have worked if the destroyer hit him and then he realized, well, wait now, I could take the lash.
Yes.
Right,
But he
Yeah.
was fighting toe to toe with Hulk
Right.
without the hammer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it created this gap.
Yeah, they should have bring
Right.
back the hammer. They
Yeah.
should have really bring back the hammer.
Yeah, that's a
So-
good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because to me, another thing, aesthetically, him with the hammer, they just look good.
Mm.
Of course. I mean,
Either he have the hammer or the axe.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
thought either he get back the hammer or the axe forms. He get back a new weapon.
Yeah.
And that's a big comic thing.
But in Infinity Wars, he's going to get back.
They should do it in this movie.
Is an axe or something
They should, whatever, they should do it in Disney.
at the end.
At the end.
Yeah.
So when Hela was taking him on, he gave back the axe and then the big fight in the bridge,
Mhm.
kick some ass, he had the axe.
Right.
But generally, it was entertaining.
It still look. Yeah.
It was visually, I enjoyed it. My biggest problem was probably Hulk. I felt Hulk was underpowered.
Okay.
Because everything else that we saw, the angrier he gets, the more powerful he gets.
Sorry to cut you off, but early in the MCU, they address that and they said that is not this Hulk. This Hulk don't get stronger, the angrier he gets. He's not doing that.
Here, so again, more me nerding out with respect to what they should have done with this. Frankly, if it was up to me, as I say with Age of Ultron, we should kill Thor, send him and have his own adventure. And if anything, Hulk meets the Guardians. If you do the space thing, because they still never explain exactly how
he got to that planet.
How he gets to the planet.
Yeah.
Aquajet can get that far.
That's the next time I was going to ask, like, how can Aquajet
Didn't they
reach
say
that
he
far?
got pulled into like a black hole
We
or
never
a
see
spatial
anything.
fold or something
We
like
never
that?
see anything.
But he wasn't
remember.
even like in the atmosphere. He didn't even break the Earth.
Exactly.
atmosphere.
That was my big
Just
problem.
kinda like hovering in the air.
Right. I had some issues with that. They never explain it properly. Stuff like that they need to bridge better, in my opinion. Whatever.
I actually have Thor at my number 6, and I'm not saying it's a bad movie.
Really?
Because I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Wow.
So-
Alright.
Wow.
So I can see the wheels in like, where's Justice League?
Your thoughts on
Well, Thor
Ragnarok?
is my number 4 as well. Again, it was very funny, very entertaining. I wasn't expecting it not to be funny because Taika Waititi is very hilarious.
Yeah.
That movie he did with the vampires living together in
What we
apartment,
are.
What We Do
Yeah.
in the Shadows.
What we do in the
I
shadows.
need
I
to
love
watch
that
that
film.
show.
It's just hilarious. And so I expected that. The comedy though, and I know Wayne and I spoke about this, the emotional moments had zero impact because
the
everything
comedy-
is a big joke.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right?
Especially with the
And
fact that
when
it's
you-
Ragnarok.
Yeah,
It's
you
the
killed
end
the
of Asgard.
Warriors 3, your home blew up. All
Odin
this stuff
died.
happened. Your dad died very early in the film.
Right.
And the only real sign of it is you and Loki, and you blaming Loki that this is your fault, he's dead. But
Yeah.
even that has no impact. You never really feel any real anger between them the way you did in prior films.
Yeah. I wanted Odin in it a little more because
Me
he died
too.
so soon.
Right.
Yeah, it's just that kind of old man passing on
in
kind of
Norse
thing.
mythology,
Right.
Odin doesn't die. He goes into a 1,000-year sleep. So
Right.
Odin's
it's very...
They do that in the first movie.
Yes.
Yes.
So the
Yeah.
fact that they kill him here is very weird.
Yeah.
But I don't know where they're going with that. I don't know if he's actually dead or whatever.
Anthony Hopkins was like, I had enough of
Right.
this
It just kind of came off
Um,
like he was just bored, and Nelson was
Yeah.
like, alright, I just gone and died.
I
Bye.
love
yeah,
the
for
Thor
understand-
Hulk stuff as well.
Yeah, for
Everything
understand-
between them was funny and chemistry was on point. Oh, you have chemistry with a big CGI monster is beyond
Right.
me, but he did it.
From
And
what I understand, you can have the same relationship with the MCU that Natalie Portman had.
Anthony Hopkins.
No, yeah. He was like, well,
I'm
kinda,
done?
I kind of been about quality. Like, look, this working and it making money, blah, 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 but I not feeling this.
Right,
So
right.
eventually...
He get
I think it's Transformers
That's fine.
that
Right.
caused
Yeah,
that
yeah,
happen.
that's-
Like the side effects of starring in that piece of shit movie.
That's fine, but
This, yeah,
I'll tell you something though.
And Natalie
You
Portman,
can
like,
still
have
do the
no
1,000-year
business.
sleep and keep Anthony Hopkins out of it forever, or leave the window open.
It was 1,000 years.
It's 1,000 years we're
I know, but
talking about.
they could do the whole... You could come up with some BS with it and then
Yeah.
cast some
So
BS, something.
again, narrative inconsistency
Yes.
between the first
Right.
film. Because when he went to sleep in the first film, right? They did not dress like something with his power or whatever.
Yes.
So how come
Yeah.
hell, where was
Right.
in that scenario?
Right.
Right. So you had now I dug the like you said I didn't get the colonialism thing, but now that you
That's what I
pointed
saw.
out,
That's what I saw.
I did love the fact that here was this person Hela who is supposed to be this villain, but she's exposing Asgard for the fraud that it is
Yes.
because it's built on the back of death
Violence,
and
yeah.
blood and violence. And you used me for that, and then you locked me away
Yeah.
when that didn't suit your purposes anymore.
Yeah.
I love that aspect. I think Kate Blanchett did the best she could with the way
Yeah.
Marvel writes villains. You know, they only hit it out of the park twice now, in my opinion, and that's Loki and Vulture.
Yeah.
But I think she did well with what she had to work with. And yeah, it was entertaining. Story-wise, though, I don't think it's the best Thor movie.
Really?
No, like, in terms of like the Shakespearean aspect of the first one, I really dug that stuff.
So the first
You
one is your
know?
favorite.
No, not really. Funny enough, Thor Darkworld. I think it's the romantic stuff in Thor Darkworld that works to me.
Okay.
I just
Right?
love
I
how
can't
quick
stand the
paced that
villain,
was.
but
Yeah.
Thor Darkworld really kind of
This is a lot of fun. That's why I keep telling
Yeah,
people.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to
I don't know
defend
why.
to tell other people like, oh, you like Darkworld, but
I don't-
I do.
Huh?
Right?
I don't like that.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
Darkworld is one of my worst.
But
MCU films, yeah.
but if I have to look at it overall, yes, Ragnarok is the strongest and the best Thor film out
Okay.
there.
Yeah. Wayne, your
Yeah,
thoughts on
today
that?
Thor Ragnarok is my number 3.
Right.
Okay.
Aye.
But just because of how much fun I had in the cinema with it, like
Yeah, that's fair.
again, Summer echoed something I've been seeing, like right through the
Right.
comedy undercut the emotional beats of the
Yeah.
film.
Mm.
Like, you didn't get time to feel anything because
Yeah.
they follow up everything with a joke.
Yes.
I think I've seen that encapsulated holistically is when Thor and Loki was in the elevator.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And had that real
And he
like,
like,
And then
yeah.
just cut
And then
to
it's
a
like
comedic
joke.
moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you don't get to feel anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I walk out the cinema and it's only after I was like, wait, now the Warriors 3 dead.
Yeah.
Odin dead.
Look
Like
at
like
the
Guardians of the
difference.
Galaxy
That goal.
blend the humor
Yeah.
and serious moments with
Yeah, and
with
look how Frida's death was handled in Thor Dark World as opposed to
Yes.
the Warriors
Yeah.
3.
Great moments,
His
yeah.
best
Yeah.
friends. Nobody. But sorry, what is Idris Elba's character's name again?
Heimdall.
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 Yeah.
Heimdall isn't even telling you know they're dead. It's like there's no acknowledgement of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
the
thought-
moment
I
it
thought
was
you
on
would have
the ship,
a
you could
figure
have
or
be like, so
something.
where
Yeah. Yeah,
what
so
there?
where's so and so
And they
and
could
so
have
and
Idris
so and like
again,
nope,
like
nothing.
just shake his head or
Yeah.
something.
Right, right.
Acknowledge it in
Yes.
some way now, but some people like nobody talking about for me, and it's one of the things that kind of like show that the comedy kind of like pace over
Too much,
everything.
yeah. Right.
Banner is trapped inside the Hulk.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Yes.
real.
They talk about that,
Yes.
and he was like, "I'm afraid to turn
Yes,
it
I
to
don't
because
want
I
it,
don't know
yes.
if Banner could come out
Yeah.
after
Right.
that," and it was
Yes.
a struggle for him,
Yeah.
and he sacrificed. Banner sacrificed himself
Right.
to save
And what do you do?
Asgard.
Comedic
Alright.
moments, splat, like
And
a
then-
cartoon character.
Alright, so any problem? Well, slight spoilers. Now a little shot. Can I see a shot of him hugging up Tony?
What?
You cannot see a little spoiler picture of him hugging up Tony. So
In Infinity War?
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is not like the film went through all this trouble of saying.
make it a right.
Yeah.
I understand that
Yeah.
point.
Within the story
Yeah,
itself,
he talked to me,
it's
he's like, I don't want to be
yes,
Hulk anymore because I
yeah.
was trapped in there for 2 years.
Yes.
Right.
And I always felt like if I had one hand on the control and Hulk had one hand on the control, but now I
And this
feel like
time
if-
he,
So-
yes, yeah.
So if I go
Yeah.
back in, I don't know if I'll come back out.
Yes.
Right? And then it's like, oh no, the Hulk butt.
Right.
And yeah, let's
Yeah.
laugh at this. And he falls flat on the
Yeah,
thing.
and he goes and he
Ha, ha,
punches
ha,
the big
funny.
giant.
Yeah. Because, you know, and it's funny, it work.
Yes.
You know, it make you laugh, but then
Yes.
after you sit down and think about it, but wait now, wow.
Yeah.
Kinda dark. It's kinda dark.
Yes.
Kinda dark.
Yeah.
Banner in there, he might never come out.
Yeah,
again.
kind of dark.
They
But
could
if
have
you
the
think about it, yeah, you're right because now when he hit the ground there, kind of injured himself.
That's what I was telling somebody,
consciously kind of
Yeah.
out. So
We
like,
were
see,
talking
dead?
about that,
Yeah.
yeah, like, oh
Oh, shit,
my
so
god,
talk
is he
take over,
dead?
So is he dead or Hulk just
Yeah.
take over?
Yeah, for real, yeah, for real.
They have so much
Look at
gross
the
so much
hyposphere,
Yeah.
you know?
But the film just gloss over all these things.
I mean, granted, they did it with Norton too when he fell out the helicopter
Right.
and he.
But they show his
but they show his
eyes.
eyes green,
Green.
yes, so we know
Yeah.
he transformed prior to hitting the ground.
Yeah, we know.
You know, we see splat, and it's like, good lord, did they just kill Banner? You know, so
It was even fucking, it was more like funk.
yeah.
And then they show him roll.
Yeah.
Fenris come and like
The dog sniffed him and like,
push him
okay,
out,
yeah,
and his body just lifeless.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's really dark.
Yeah,
People.
that's
The other thing too is like the breakup in between, like having to go back and forth between. The pacing was kind of off for me in
Right.
that respect.
Yeah.
Like, you
Right.
had to break up what going on Saka to jump back to Asgard.
Yes.
Right.
And so that
I-
kind
so-
of impact.
So
the
I
film.
myself had an issue with that because so when she went, remember Heimdall was taking people and helping them out and hiding them.
Yeah.
Mm.
So she went to find them,
Mm.
and then Thor went to the throne room and
Right.
knocked the thing, saying, "Look, I'm in the throne."
Yeah.
And she just turned around and then she more or less teleport back there. I'm like, wait, what? How? If it moved that fast in Asgard, I didn't really get that.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
didn't follow.
Yeah,
that.
because
Little
they
things
do
like that.
show
yeah.
us that they use ships to get around, so it's like It's not like if everybody's flying around Asgard. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
But my number
but I
4.
mean, like, I had so much fun with the movie.
Yes.
It's hard for me to say that I'm pushing it down. Like, it's a popcorn flick.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Essential
That is what it
popcorn
is.
flick.
Yeah,
It have
I-
no substance. It's not a full meal.
Right.
I can't
Yes.
pick it apart. I mean, Wisecrack do something on it.
Right.
Right.
Where they talk
The-
about like
the
if it's the
smartest.
smartest
Yes,
mouth, and
the
I
smart
disagree with
mouth,
them.
yeah.
It have
Totally.
all I'll
It's
say.
smart.
All I'll say, it have a lot of subtext.
Right,
Yeah.
there is
Guys,
subtext,
but
but
as a
subtext is
film-
already subtext.
Right.
Yeah.
When they're going to
Right.
bury it under all this comedy,
Right.
can you really appreciate
Right.
the subtext?
Right.
I said it before when we went to see it. It's the most comic book movie I've seen
Right.
so far.
Right.
So it is definitely
I
like
could
almost
see-
like watching a cartoon.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see
it
myself,
really
like,
does feel
yeah.
like a
I
Saturday
feel
morning
to
cartoon.
watch something funny with superheroes.
Yes.
Right.
I stick
Yeah.
this and
Yes.
I just have a good time. I
Yes.
enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
But to say like you could peel it apart and whatever. The thing about it is like the reason why it's number 3 and it's not 4 or 5 like the other films. Like how I said, Guardians didn't have that much of an impact on man. Like Wonder Woman 2, the act is just mess.
Yeah.
Thor didn't really have anything like that.
Right.
Yes.
It in the middle, it bang.
Right.
It's
Right.
not so good that I'll put it up, but it didn't have anything that really make me walk out
Irritated
saying
you,
like,
right?
oh,
Yes,
I
yes.
hate that.
Right,
It
right.
was
Yeah.
consistent.
Yes.
But it had
Yeah.
inconsistencies that he
A little
said.
bit, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the last quick point before we move on. It's an interesting call because I kind of look at it like similar to Pixar film almost, where you have all this deep meaning in it, but at the same time, you can dismiss it if you want.
Yeah.
It's kind of disposable. That's
Little
I think
bit,
that's
yeah,
really good.
if you
to
want.
use this kind of-
Right.